he's been so complete.
And all 3 rounds, Eric Raskin unofficially scoring it for Spence and going down Algieri.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right.
Algieri, basically here at home, he has fought outside of the state of New York only one time. That last round, and he goes down again. Spence does it again.
4, 5.
What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody. Oh, I got my deal done. Life is good, man. What's going on, Mr. Mileage, Denali Smith, Fresh Baker, Frank Franklin in the building? Wait for you guys to come on in, man, so we can chop it up about this fine boxing, bro. Man, today is a good day. What's going on, E. Schnooty in the building? What's going on, man? What's happening with you, sir? We got 18 people in the building. Please wipe your feet on the like button on your way in, if you would not mind. If you would not mind. What's going on, bro? Kip Keno Jordan in the building. SNI 804 in the building. What's going on? Rich L, what's going on? Don't mess with Texas in the building. What's good, man? Big Dave in the building. All things in the building. What's going on, sir? Let me move this camera. Hey, E. Snooty, yeah, I'm back. I'm back doing it early. I'm at 8 a.m., man. I'm doing my show at my time, dog. Hold on 1 second. Bring this a little more closer. All right, yeah. Grand risings to you, Terence. Oh, yeah, Terence riding dirty. Yeah, he's riding dirty. I'm not talking about steroids, though. Troy Hutch, what's going on, man? How you feeling this morning, man? All right, so look, bro, I got an announcement. He with Victor, so you know he's dirty on the low. No, I'm not trying to say that he's dirty, man. I'm not trying to put that on that man, even though I suspect that he's dirty. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I do suspect it for sure. I want to talk about Gervonta Davis's resume and the fact that he's in the Hall of Fame. I want to talk about that. And then I want to talk about Terence Crawford riding dirty. But I want to know, dog, seriously, man. UK, what is that? Oh, no, I'm sorry. What is this? UKG. What's going on, JC Cowboys Network? I'll wait for everybody to come on in the building, man. And then I'm going to have some fun, man. I'm going to watch a little Errol Spence while we're talking. You know why?
Hey.
Because I can. You know what I'm doing this for? I can do this now. I can now show PBC and Top Rank footage on my YouTube channel. Hey, what up? Why you mad, Toya? What's going on? Man, I miss me some Errol Spence Jr. I just want to watch this little bit of Errol Spence Jr. highlight as people come on in the door. What's going on, Tend to God? How you feeling, man? Yeah, we back on early, bro. I'm going on early. I'm not doing that late stuff, man. It made me feel lazy. I was lazy. I feel like if I ain't up here working, I ain't here working. Man down over everybody, boy. Yeah, you remember the good old days when you got to see my guy Errol throwing all the time? This is the Leonard Bundu fight, bro. This is the fight where I was like, man, I'm really rocking with Errol after this Leonard Bundu fight, man. This was, I believe, the one that was on CNN too. Was it on CBS? I think it was on CBS. I'm pretty sure this fight was on CBS. The Leonard Bundu fight. Ooh, that body shot was nice. Hell yeah, I'm plugged with the content, dog. I'm plugged with the content. I'm legit, dog. Yes, sir. I'm plugged with the comment. This Errol would have stopped Terence. I mean, I don't know, man. All I know is Errol looks a lot stronger in this particular fight than he does in the other. Later on. At the point, Bundu only loss was to Keith in 12. EJ starched his ass. Yeah, he did. Man, that was the beginning of the great Errol Spence Jr., dog. What's going on, Victor? How you feeling, bro? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I got to give the proceeds, half of the proceeds of the live stream to them, but that's okay. I just want to warm up a little bit, man, and have some fun before we start talking about this boxing, man. This is right where he like lays out Leonard Bundu. Just starts thumping him. Boom. Man, I miss Errol Spence, man. Hell yeah, he was answering it. My guy, Ralph Chess said, good morning, Fanon, in the chat. En route to the barber show, just chiming in. Have to leave for a few minutes. We'll be right back. Okay, come on back, man. Hey, OG, you should do some live press conference reactions. I mean, yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. You got to mix it up a little bit. Fanon, did you see that fool? Hold on. No, what did he say? I don't watch the Boxing Voice, bro, because they're on the same time I'm on. So now, what was it? What was Bill capping on? What was Bill capping about? I don't really care that he consistently caps, bro. Like he's consistently capping, so there's no need. What did he cap about? I saw all that crap about Spence did all the dirty work in 147, fought mandatories and boogeymen. Yeah, man, he's a great fighter, bro. Bow hunting and boxing. What's going on, man? How you feeling this morning? But I wanted to talk. Seriously, man, I'm looking for a debate, bro. He said his son is problems for boots. I mean, what is he supposed to say? I can't get mad at him for saying that shit. I mean, his son. I guess he is problems for. He's gonna have to track his ass down. What's going on, Barbara D? How you feeling? Jab Queen had Bill shuddering. What? What? What's going on? Adrian Molina in the building, bro. See, this is why I went back to 9 o'clock. Adrian Molina. That's why I had to go back to 9 a.m., bro, because I had not seen Adrian Molina since I went to 9 a.m. I'm back to 8 a.m. because I can't, because Adrian Molina, because of Adrian Molina. Bill is sick and he stopped clicking, can't be bothered. Look, let me tell you something, man. But Devin Haney has no intention on fighting anybody that's going to be able to beat him, bro. Okay? That's just what it is. You can try what I think he's a fraud, bro. Like a highly skilled fraud, but still a fraud nonetheless. He's a highly skilled fraud, but a fraud nonetheless, bro. A fraud nonetheless. Martin, Jab Queen had Bill stuttering. Oh, what? Bill said you talk about Devin the second most after GTD. Bill Haney mentioned my name. Devin, hey, David is saying Bill was talking about me. Bill mentioned me. What's he mentioning me for? Why? Bill, I'm seriously, I'm asking you a serious question. You're telling me that Bill Haney said that I talk about Devin Haney. He mentioned my name. Bill getting brave, huh? 5 YouTube channels. Look, bro, just so you know, Bill, none of my Devin Haney videos do well. They all do poorly, bro. Oh, but he didn't. Let me tell you something. Bill, fuck off, bro. Your son is obnoxious as fuck. Of course people are going to talk about your obnoxious ass. Who gives a fuck? You're sitting there literally counting out what percentage of my time I spend talking about Devin Haney? Fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, whatever, man. You just begging for attention at this point. It got debunked as fake. Look, Bill, look, I don't know why in the world that dude want to mention my name, man. Leave me alone, Bill. Like, for real, leave me alone, bro. I don't care. Well, I guess I'm talking bad about him, but that's because he deserves it, man. You know? Bill is always out there talking crazy about everybody, man. So people talk crazy about him. He deserves it. He's like the one person in boxing that deserves to have people talking crazy about him. He included me and Boxing Ego. I mean, like, leave me alone, bro. Bill, leave me alone, dog. Don't be putting me in the mix. That's with none of them. Bill pro black with a white wife. Bill ain't pro black. Bill is pro Bill. Hey, Phoenix Assassin, nah, Bill ain't do nothing because all it showed was that talk about Devin make up less than half of their content and they act like they are fans or haters. Bro, I don't get any views on Devin Haney videos. I do the Devin Haney videos is because he's obnoxiously in the middle of everybody's face. What are you talking about? You are just talking. You create such a noise about him that people talk about him, but then you create noise and then try to blame people for turning around and look at your shit show. Bro, it's the number one shit show in boxing. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the number 2 shit show in boxing. The number 1 shit show is Turkey Al-Sheikh. The number 2 shit show is Bill Haney. It was fake ChatGPT and I mean, look, bro, I can tell you what my percentage is. My percentage of videos that tank are 100% with Devin Haney. Bill ain't. Oh, nah, Bill ain't do nothing because all it showed was talk about Bill made up less than half of their content and act like they are they fans or haters. Look, man, I don't know why Bill wants to always play these stupid little numerical games. Man, I'm not a fan of Devin Haney, bro. Trust you me. Bill is Fanon, number 1 fan on the DL. Adrian, man, I'm just happy Adrian Molina's back. What's up, bro? Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Puerto Rico. ChatGPT. As if ChatGPT can count the number of videos. Man, I've got like thousands and thousands of videos up. Kokui said 20 years ago, I gave up a street nigga dream, a Rolls Royce and a Bentley dream, and I traded in my position to be a dad, and they gave me more than anything I ever gave up. Bill 2025. I mean, look, bro, I don't know if you give up being a street ninja or not, or you just got to get the hell out because your ass went to jail. But whatever, bro. What up, Just Do Boxing? How you feeling this morning, man? Hope you're doing well. Bill on that powder for non-boxing. Hey, man, that is still one of the most hilarious things. That is still one of the most hilarious times I've had on YouTube is when Bill Haney was up there sniffing on Mill City Boxing. When that dude, because I know one time I talked to Bill, I was like, is this dude on cocaine? He was so wired up, man. So to see him finally get caught with that, I was like, okay, yeah. Rolled up dollar bill. Hell yeah, Bill, we thank you for all your sacrifice, man. It has been a crazy, crazy thing, man. Crazy, crazy thing to watch Bill Haney over the course of these years. I'm glad you're back at 9 a.m. Thank you, Barbara D. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely back at the 8 a.m. Well, it's 8 a.m. for me. It's 9. If it's 9 a.m., because it's 9 a.m. Eastern time for you. So, yeah. LB, I feel for that innocent baby brought into this world to disguise Devin's sexual. What the fuck? I'm sorry. What? I feel sorry for that innocent baby brought into this world a la IVF to disguise Devin's sexual orientation. Devin has never been with a woman. Oh my God, bro. Look, bro, I can't do that. Even though I did that yesterday, I can't lie. I was talking bad about Devin yesterday because that's the only way I could figure out why in the world you would be having a baby. Why you would be begging somebody to have a baby for you. Like, hey, ho, ho, said Fanon, you have the Real Boxing Podcast on YouTube. I salute you. Thank you, brother. Bill and Tevin, 2 bootleggers of the game. I'm just telling you, man, I don't believe that shit. I think that's some Fugazi shit. And honestly, man, I'm on the lookout for Fugazi shit. Like usually I don't like look for it, but I am openly looking for Fugazi shit wherever I can see Fugazi shit. I'm gonna point out that Fugazi shit. Wherever I see Fugazi, I am pointing out Fugazi. That is super Fugazi. That is super Fugazi. The only thing more crazy, Terence Crawford. I want to know if the woman's white, bro. I know he's got a new baby bad. If that baby is a child of a snow bunny. Devin calling Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman ass just proves Haney hates on any black fighter coming up. He learned from his dad. I mean, seriously, Devin's a dick. Has he ever just said something nice about somebody, bro? Like, I remember when Shakur Stevenson was nice and innocent, and he believed that Devin Haney and Bill Haney were his friends. Man, I was like, man, you better, hey, dog, you keep trusting Devin and Bill. You keep trusting Devin and Bill. I told Shakur Stevenson that. And what happened? They set him up with all that y'all that Yankee jank. Oh, Fresh Baker said she definitely white. You can tell how by the way dress. Hey, dog. Hey, hell yeah, the snow bunny, nigga. Look, I like snow bunnies, bro, but I get black snow bunnies. They got a little bit more brown on them than the real pure white snow bunnies. I like off-white snow bunnies. I remember when, like, yeah, he said that live when Shakur was on. Yeah, I told him before that. It's funny, Noop, because you used to try and spare Devin, even though you know even though you knew what was up. Yeah, phenomenal show, because I didn't want to get into no gangster shit with fucking his dad, bro. Like, I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like, Fanon, you are an excellent job at identifying, exposing Fugazi bull. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's some Fugazi shit, dog. Look, man, I used to like, first of all, Bill fucking around trying to threaten me, bro. Like, niggas thunder around threatening me. I was just sitting there like, dude, these news can't, like, how can I say this? I liked Devin as a kid. I liked Devin when I thought of Devin as a kid. At this point in time, though, you're 26, 27 years old. I'm not thinking of you as a kid no more. And Devin is a bit of a dickhead. He is. I noticed it way before I really even know who he was when he was talking about Guillermo Rigondeaux. He said some shit about Guillermo Rigondeaux where I was like, man, this kid's a little bit of an asshole. Oh, okay, whatever. And I just kind of moved on because he used to be on, where was he on? Like Dante's Boxing Nation, and he would be interviewed at the Mayweather gym, you know, just as like a kid around the gym. He might have been early in his pro career, but still, to me, he just looked like a kid. I didn't really know who he was. And I knew then he was a little bit of a dick. But his father is the biggest dick I think I've ever met. He's a little nigga, but still like little arrogant nigga, man. Like arrogant. Grown men acting like teenagers. I want to know what's up with Bud and this having a god dang baby. God dog, boy, what's up with the baby, man? Damn, why they try you, Fanon? They must not know you a real one. No, they knew. They just thought that they were real. Nah, my situation is people know that I'm real. The problem is that they think that they're real. And when they find out that they're not real, they run into problems because they think they're real. They've been told they're real. They're not real. I'm real. They know exactly what I am. The problem is that they think they're that and they're not that. You know? I'm for real, man. They're not real. These guys are petty bullies, bro. Petty bullies, bro. They ain't got nothing. They don't really got nothing to worry about unless you're a sucker. Now, if you're a sucker, you should worry about them big time. What do you call it? Anybody ever heard the phrase GDI? You ever heard the phrase GDI? When I'm a noob, and we used to call cats GDIs. Goddamn individuals. If you're a GDI, you got to be scared of them if you're a GDI. If you're a GDI, you got to be scared all day. For them dudes, because that's who they pick on. They pick on GDIs. They pick on GDIs. They look for GDIs. I ain't no GDI, homie. I ain't no GDI. So you ain't picking on, well, you pick on me, bro. You picking on a lot of people, homie. I ain't no GDI, dog. You better go find a GDI, nigga. I ain't no GDI. You know what I mean? I ain't no GDI, homie. Yeah, goddamn, we call it a goddamn individual. Other people call it goddamn independent. Yeah, that's what we call them. We call them suckers because they riding out there by themselves. Like, man, you better get them goddamn. Who was that? A goddamn individual. Another goddamn individual. That's how much of a gay. That's how much, like, for real. That's how it really is. You're not supposed to be an individual. You're supposed to be a member of a unit, bro. Y'all don't move like no units, man. Bill Haney don't move like Bill Haney is a goddamn individual. You can tell how he moves. He's an individual, dog. He ain't got no, he ain't, nah. I ain't, nah, man, nah. Y'all selling that shit niggas ain't buying, bro. You selling that crap, dudes ain't buying no more, man. I ain't buying that shit. He said, this nigga said, I'm just a man at 40-year-old. Look, let me tell you something, bro. I don't have a problem with somebody having a child out of wedlock. That stuff happens. But, bro, you bragging, dog. You're bragging about it. Like, yeah, I'm just a man, I can't resist the pussy, man. You know how I am. I'm just a mindless animal that, just, if you put it in front of me, I'll just have to take it, No, nigga, I don't know. What are you talking about, bro? You can't control yourself, dog. I'm just a man, I'm just a man. What is that? What do you mean just a man? Dude, I pass up coochie every day. What do you mean? I pass up coochie every day, bro. Like, every day. Every day. But you can't control yourself, dog? What do you mean? What do you mean? Dog, man, come on, bro. What do you mean? I'm just a man. I'm just a man, dog. What do you mean? What does that mean? What do you mean I'm just a man? I'm just a man. Nah, my wife, no. Look, bro. First of all, my wife, no, because I had a gang of women when I met her. So she knows that I can get women. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I'm just not gonna do it. I got my wife who takes care of me, who loves me. She's holding me down. What do I need a trick bag for? I don't need a trick bag. That's a trick bag. I don't need a trick bag. I don't need a trick bag, bro. So many hot, attractive women just walking around. Yeah, exactly. Dude, they all over the place, bro. But you can't control yourself, dog. You're that much of a slave to your instinct. Hold on, man. Let me get my guy right here. Thank you for the support, bro. Phoenix the Assassin said, if thou cannot find thee a worthy bride to provideth a sire, let thee beg. Pay and placeth thy lips upon the foot of the dusty strumpet. Though reputation be tarnished, fret not, it already is. Book of Haney, Fugaziness, chapter 4, verse 17 through 20. Man, we need a Bible out of you, dog. Women you don't have to pay for. Hey, look. Thank you so much for the support, bro. And thank you for everybody supporting the Cash App for real. And Phoenix Assassin just holding the chat down. Thank you, man. You be helping me out a lot, bro. Look, man, for real. Oh, yes, sir. I got one. Adrian Molina in the building. I'm serious, bro. I'm back to 8 a.m. because Adrian Molina's here, bro. I fucked over Adrian Molina, bro. Man, big time. Twinsy said, you don't have to give half the proceeds of Cash App. Thank you, Tishan. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I need that, man. Thank you for the support, brother. Man, I am every Friday. No joke, though. This Saturday morning, bro, we're doing the PBC. I'm going to have a PBC marathon of analyzing fights for the PBC fights. And I promise to the PBC, I will make sure that the titles of my videos do not make you think I'm supporting the bullshit. Oh, Showbiz the Adult. I just remembered something. Showbiz the Adult. Stop stealing my content. I'm going to send a lawyer for you, bro, if you steal my content again. I'm telling you. Stop stealing my content, bro. Stop stealing my content. If you do it again, bro, I'm sending a lawyer. Stop stealing my content, bro. Stop stealing my content. This cornball ass nigga. Let me tell you what this cornball ass nigga did. I'm sitting there listening. And I see he's talking to Shakur Stevenson. Do you know what he did? That dude is not from Illinois, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dog. That nigga, that gump ass nigga ain't from fuck out of here. Anyway, dog, leave my content alone, bro. I caught you. Leave my shit alone, bro. Leave my shit alone, bro. I did a whole video about something, bro. And then I had a live stream, bro, where I asked that question about Shakur. You took my question and then did this little goofball ass look you do. Brother, came straight from me. I'm going to tell you, bro, I'm not in the business of letting niggas steal from me. So you can cut that shit out, bro. Okay? Just because I'm not trying to be a bootlicking goofball. Okay? I'm not wearing corny ass hats and doing all that bullshit trying to be you. So don't try to be smart and try to be me. Okay? Because you're watching my live stream. You saw we had that entire conversation. You took that conversation and then tried to repeat it on DAZN. Bro, I don't appreciate you stealing my stuff, bro. And you be smart to look me up. You be smart to look me up. Man, Peoria ain't no damn Chicago. Peoria is the country. That's what the fuck Peoria is. Peoria, I ain't got no problem with Peoria. Shout out to David Booth, my guy from Peoria. Shout out to my guy David Booth from Peoria. That boy could ball. Peoria got some ballers. But dog, Peoria is some country fucking bumpkins, bro. They're not from Chicago. I mean, like, for real. I can barely say I'm Chicago, bro. Bro, look, let me tell you, I'm telling you, man, that nigga, I'm tired of him. He straight steals my shit. Straight stole it. Straight stole my shit. Just like right on television, dog. Okay, man. Anyway. He said, that's not even central. That's Southern Illinois, man. That dude ain't nowhere near from Chicago with that haircut looking like that. Now, from Peoria, some country bumpkin shit like that? Yeah, probably. Probably from some shit like Peoria. And I ain't got no problem with Peoria now. You know how it is. But it's Chicago. Oh, the question he stole was, I asked, hey, how Shakur said that he won money off the fight with Gervonta Davis. But I said, is Shakur capping? Because he couldn't have, what did he do? Bet on a draw? Then I did a whole video about it. And then Phenomenal Show answered the question, I think Phenomenal Show answered the question. Several people said, oh yeah, it's it could just go the distance. They betted that it would go, he bet that it would go all 12 rounds, right? Oh, going the distance. I told you it was you, pull out bandit. Yeah, thank you. So I was like, bro, why are you gonna? You're just gonna steal my content and put it in front of him and get the answer to the question that you already knew came from my show. So you're just gonna kidnap my show and put it on that bullshit DAZN? Bro, don't bite off me, man. Go on about your own business, bro. You had enough. You've done enough stealing from people for you to do your own content, for you to have your own thoughts, bro. I'm tired of you guys stealing my thoughts, okay? I know that you're dumb as a bit. First of all, between me and you, I know you're dumb as a box of fucking rocks, okay? And sometimes it's hard when you're having to think, like, what should I do? Oh, I'm a That's when you do your goofy laugh, when you can't think of nothing to say. So niggas are tired of you laughing with your goofy ass all the fucking time. So you're trying to give them something intelligent. So, but since you're not intelligent, you have to go look for people who are intelligent so you can take their points of view, act like they're yours, and put them on a big stage, bro. I know it hurts to think, bro, because you're so busy being a fucking goofball. Being a class clown, bro, that shit bite. I'm not the fucking class clown, bro. And I don't appreciate you stealing my material, bro, and putting that shit on DAZN. I don't appreciate it, bro. I don't. And guess what? I could tell when you asked the question to Shakur knew where that shit came from. Goofball. Be a fucking goofball, bro. Don't steal my shit. Be a fucking goofball somewhere else. Be a fucking goofball somewhere else. Don't steal my shit no more, man. I don't never look at your shit, bro. Never. Ever. And then I saw that shit come through my feed. People have been telling me you've been stealing from me for a long time, bro. Stop stealing from me. Seriously, bro, I don't want to have to start doing like hermetic sciences and shit like that to keep the conversation so elevated that you can't follow it. Stop stealing from me, bro. Cats have told me that you've stolen. They say you listen to my show, you take what I say, and then you put your little spin on it, and then you act like it's you. Stop stealing from me, man. Stop stealing from me, bro. I'm really not that nice a guy, bro. Exactly. They get brain aches when they try to think, bro. You know how crazy it is, bro, that as soon as I start YouTube videos, all of a sudden everybody's a contract expert. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden everybody's a contract expert. Everybody wants to get into the negotiations and the percentage cuts and the this and the that. Because you niggas be biting anything that comes that's unique, you steal. All y'all a bunch of fucking thieves, man. It said it's the bug eyes phenomenon. They capture data and steal videos. I'm just telling you, bro. That nigga stole my shit so blatantly, bro. He stole my shit so blatantly. But I'm gonna say something to you, nigga. I'm gonna say something to you. Don't do that again, bro. I don't appreciate that shit. It's hard as hell on YouTube to get an original thought, bro. With all these millions of people doing boxing videos and all that stuff, bro. For you to stick your hand in my fucking pocket to steal my motherfucking thoughts and my material is as competitive as this shit is, nigga, you better take your goofball ass on somewhere else. The joke's running dry, nigga. You can't think of any. Nobody want to see you dance to Kendrick Lamar anymore. What's the kid? You ain't no more Kendrick Lamar videos, nigga. Stop stealing from me, bro. Stop stealing from me. You're funny. You're not smart. Okay? You're funny. You're not smart. Don't steal my shit no more, bro. Man, them fake ass laughs. It's like a nervous laugh, bro. But no, it's not funny. You had Canelo looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? He wasn't laughing with you. He's laughing at you. He's like, I don't get the joke, but I guess I'm supposed to be laughing. Like, you try to, that nigga, you force niggas to laugh by laughing. Canelo would look at your ass like, what the fuck? Like, is something funny? I don't know. Am I missed the joke? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Exactly. How long do you think you can coast on that cornball shit, bro? Anyway, don't steal my thoughts so you can put something in your videos of substance, bro. I am substance, dog. I deal in substance, bro. I deal in substance. I don't get all that shit that you get because I deal in substance. I'm not tap dancing for nobody. Don't steal my shit so you can go tap dance over to Massa and say, look at Massa, I got a good thought. Massa, I got a good thought. Shakur, I heard Shakur might have been capping because, Shakur said that he bet he won a lot of money, but it was a draw. We can ask that question, Massa. Look, isn't that a good question to ask? Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, that's real smart. Good boy. Good boy. We can put that on a piece of paper. Good boy. You got to give content to DAZN so they can continue to pay your bum ass. So you take the content straight from me, like Mike Coppinger does. Like how Mike Coppinger steals stories from people. You just gonna steal my shit and just put it out there on DAZN, bro? You got my shit on DAZN, bro. Where's my money, nigga? Where's my money? I ain't no ghostwriter for you, man. I'm not your ghostwriter, bro. I'm not your ghostwriter, bro. Don't treat me like I'm your ghostwriter. Nigga, my content is for me, not for you. Man, I'm telling you, Mike Coppinger steals brunch boxing all the time, bro. I mean, I couldn't believe that he would be that bold, bro. Dog, and you from Chicago too, nigga? I will definitely send somebody to your crib, nigga. Like you and nigga ain't no Peoria. I know that nigga ain't in Peoria. Anyway, like I said, bro, I wanted to say something about that, dog, because, bro, don't steal my material no more, man. I'm not going to sit back quietly, bro, while you sit there and try to get rich off my brain. You know what I'm saying? No, thank you, bro. No, thank you. Yeah, I want the no run rule. Yeah, do that shit, bro. Keep trying to come up with new ingenious shit by stealing from any and everybody that you hear from, bro. Well, imitation is the best form of flattery. Fuck your flattery, bro. Anyway, it pays to be original. Yes, you absolutely do bring substance to the topic for real. Thank you, Victor. Dude, I'm substance, bro. Don't mix. Man, anyway, like I say, bro, y'all do what y'all want to do. He don't know. I mean, a yard and a drive, Peoria. Everybody got a yard in a driveway in fucking Peoria. Because there ain't nothing in Peoria, bro. I don't even know why you would live in Peoria. I have no clue. What up, Robin Soto? What's up, man? I don't know. All I know is this. I don't appreciate y'all trying to steal my content, bro, and put it on DAZN. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it at all, dog. I've listened to Blue Blood steal my content till he couldn't steal it anymore. Stole my content till he couldn't steal it anymore. Till he had to flip. Last time I was in Peoria was 94. Yeah, I have no idea why I would go to Peoria. There better be a girl in Peoria. Something like that. And you know what I mean? What is that? Y'all notice it sneaks a Tank question in every interview. I mean, yeah. I mean, Tank is the subject matter. I don't know. Cigar. I don't know why you going in on Cigar Talk. Charles, I can't lie. I watch Ego. I feel you on Najee. You can tell when somebody tiptoe around the questions because they don't want to ruffle feathers. I thought Blue and them was only getting paid. Dude, they're all getting paid, man. Don't you see? They're all getting paid, bro. Play that stupid game with no that he used to do to you. Look, I am just telling you. I can't speak for Boxing Ego. I don't think Boxing Ego. Because I see Boxing Ego's work, what Boxing Ego was putting out. It doesn't seem, I would say probably no to Boxing Ego. Boxing Ego looks like he's self-sufficient. I mean, there's no reason for me not to believe that. But Cigar Talk, definitely. Because he has a studio. That costs money. You know what I'm saying? That costs money, bro. Whenever you're like moving that stuff around and you're making those appointments, that's a lot of overhead Najee has. Cigar Talk has. So somebody's got to be paying him because he's got expenses. It's just easy. Oh, I'm saying Blue on that BS with Knockout that he used to be with you. I mean, hey, that works. What is that? Going back and forth because Knockout's frying his ass? I always thought you two were the best. Who was that? Look, man, I don't care about being the best. I just want to be me, bro. I don't need to be the best. I'm not trying to be the best. You know? He's also a record executive. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, he's getting paid somewhere, but he's not out there. Oh, thank you, Troy Hutch. Yeah, I mean, he's got to get paid. He's got to be getting paid. And I don't know what a record executive is. He like AR, A&R, but I mean, I don't know. I'm telling you for real, though, everybody that is, if you're making trips and you're going here and there, those plane trips cost money. You're taking time. You're doing it to grow that. That's what you're doing. And he's probably investing money in it. You know? Yeah, I don't even know what that means, though. There's a lot of VPs. What does a VP mean? I don't know what VP means. I've been a VP. I've been a VP and had no power whatsoever, dude. Trust me, I've been a vice president. And had no power whatsoever. You know what I mean? I was a manager and I had way more. So I don't know. Even when you hear the word vice president, I don't know what that means. Vice president of what? You know? It's a nice title that people give away pretty easily. Vice president. Now, if he's vice president of operations, that's huge. A vice president of operations can be really big. What up, Chill? What up, Chillville? How you feeling, bro? Love Down Gator said, Fanon, what it do when you write what you think for them. Look, I'm just telling you. Let me check these cash apps. Man, thank y'all for supporting me, man, for real. Through the hard times and the dry times in boxing. Tension. And my guy Adrian Molina said, hope all is well. Blessings to our boxing family. Yes, and I am back on at 8 a.m. every morning. I'm not fucking around, bro. No more, bro. VP of Streaming and Strategy at the Orchard Music Distribution. Of streaming at strategy. Streaming strategy at Orchard Music Distribution. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but that's cool. I mean, he's obviously a very professional person, so I don't have any problem with him. So deep in the building. What up, man? He said, hey, love you, brother. You know that, man. He says, salute, be well, International Boxing Channel. Love you, bro. Much love backwards, and you know what we rocking. The Parlor of East Wheaton, man. Make sure y'all go follow the Parlor of East Wheaton at mixcloud.com/POEW for the Parlor of East Wheaton. It's the best house music that you ever going to listen to, bro. Fanon is definitely best on here on his channel. It's always dropping knowledge. Thank you, man. Thank you, Draysky 3K, a.k.a. Andre Mears. What's up, Lucy Lou? Fanon, salute. It's 304 watching and only 149 likes. People hit the goddamn like. Please hit the like button. Oh, they're a subsidiary of Sony Music. They are a pretty big deal. Cool. That's what's up. I mean, that's fun. I mean, look, man. Like I said, I don't have no problem with Najee. I've never seen him steal my content. He don't talk crazy about me that I know of. So all good, man. Blessings to him. Only problem I have is he's from New Jersey. I think ain't that nigga from New Jersey or something like that? If he's from New Jersey, that's suspect. I think all you New Jersey niggas are suspect. Always half drunk. Hey, man, God bless him, man. Get that drink on, man. Move on the likes. Yeah, man, let's get the likes up, man, please. I would love it. But I'm just having a good time talking this boxing with y'all, man. Thank y'all for that support in the Cash App, man. Move on the likes, everybody. Get them up, please. All right, so can we get 307 likes? Because we got 307 people in the building at very early in the morning. And once again, fake ass Chicago. Fahim Shator said, fake ass Chi-Town nigga. Who, me? I ain't no fake Chicago ninja. I'm a real Chicago ninja. You know that. I work hard for that, dog. I wasn't born in Chicago. I had to work for my respect. I had to work for mine. He said Muhammad Ali would be boring today and said, we got to talk about Bud Top 5. Oh, look, bro. Look, man. The idea that, look, I didn't say the dude knows a lot about boxing now. Now, I'm telling you, I ain't look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all y'all some kids, first and foremost. See this beard? Oh, he talking to me. You ain't from the Chi. You from across the street. Yeah. Hell no, bro. I lived in Chicago. But actually, you know where I'm from? I'm from Wichita, Kansas, dog. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. And then we went from Wichita, Kansas, and then we took over Chicago. And then we took over everybody but that whack-ass New Jersey nigga, and we coming for Jersey. I'm from everywhere but New Jersey, nigga. Anyway, what you think about Keyshawn getting stripped of his title? I love it. He didn't get stripped of his title. He gave his title up by missing weight on purpose, bro. New Jersey ass Negro. Homer Cory Booker. You know something wrong with you, Negro. You got Cory Booker, bro. That's when I think of New Jersey, I think of Cory Booker, bro. But I need to lighten up, dog, because I think I scared T. Orlando off, man. T. Orlando ain't gonna come back around for a minute, bro. Hey, man, see this? I should quiz y'all on something, but I won't do it. My wife from Wichita to Aurora, Illinois. Oh, that's what's up. Went from Wichita to Aurora. Okay, yeah, I went from Wichita to Chicago, to the Chicagoland area. That's fair. I'm from the Chicagoland area. Dude, for real, I'm just from America, bro. I'm from the United States. That's where I'm from. I'm claiming the whole thing. I'm from the United States, buddy. Hey. Exactly. Hell yeah. Fuck Cory. Exactly. He gonna declare. Exactly. I like Cory. He declared war on gangs. That's why you don't like him. That's exactly why I don't like his ass. Getting in the way of business, nigga. Cory in the way of business, dog. Oh, gump ass. Get out the way, soft ass. Get your soft ass out the way, bro. We got to try to make some money, Cory. Like, I ain't trying to hear Cory Booker's soft ass, bro. True blue American. I'm American, man. I ain't no joke, bro. I am a full-fledged patriotic American, dog. I never, what if, oh no, Fahim said peace to the whole chat. What up, Fahim? I hope Fahim ain't leaving. I'm trying to keep Fahim here. Nah, for real, I'm a red-blooded American. I love America. I don't want to leave America. He said, hey, watch it. No Jersey. Hey, we ain't all like that. I'm just messing with Jersey, man. I know Jersey's cool. There's good people in Jersey. We got family in Jersey. Quiet as kept. I got family named Moses. I got families named Moses in that area. I'm just messing with Jersey. You know what I got to say about New Jersey, though? New Jersey smells a lot better than it used to smell, man. Like, New Jersey isn't as like, what happened in New Jersey where New Jersey doesn't stink like New Jersey used to stink? Because there used to be a time, bro, when you back in the 90s, when you would drive by New Jersey and you literally had to close your windows up, bro. Like you had to have them shits all the way up. You had to turn the AC off, cut the shit, because it was so, Jesus Christ, it was nasty. Oh, he said the EPA, except Camden, yeah. He said the EPA, okay, the Environmental Protection Agency got that. Lord have mercy, bro. You have no idea. If you are not around at the time, you have no idea what New Jersey smelled like, bro. It smelled like one of those towns. Like there are towns, you ever went by a town where they have like their industry is cattle? So like there's a town somewhere in Missouri where it's no joke, bro. It smells like manure. The smell of manure is so strong in this town that everywhere you go, bro, it smells like manure, bro. Like it smells like there's dog shit on your shoe the entire time you're walking around. He said he's not exaggerating, y'all. Hell no, man. You had to roll your windows up. You had to be like this. You had to go through New Jersey like this. Oh my God, what is that shit? It used to smell like burning toast. He said, I remember that phenomenon. Jersey smelled like a dump yard. Yeah, it smelled like a dump yard, bro. And in other places, used to smell like toast. You used to like drive, you'd be driving, and all of a sudden you smell toast in the air. That shit is them damn chemicals, man. They used to put that shit in the air like they didn't care, bro. I just seen a documentary on Camden, New Jersey, where they were talking about that. Yeah, man, it was for real, man. You guys have no idea how bad it was, man. It was real bad in New Jersey, man. A lot of industrial factories are closed now. That's what. Yeah, that makes sense. It was literally a dump yard. It was, oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, 80 Souls said, Fanon, I'm from Camden. You're right. Like, man, you got to be tough growing up in Jersey during that period of time. Like, I'm serious, man. You had to be so tough just because of the way it smelled in that bitch. Like, how did you survive years with that smell all around you? Like, man, there used to be a time when they said like 90% of Black Americans live near a toxic waste dump. Like 90% of Black Americans live near a toxic waste dump. My cousins are in North Aurora. I'm 15 minutes from there, Vaughn. Oh, okay, somewhere else. It was literally a dump yard, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy bad. Robert Gas Rocket in the house. Robert Gas, what up, man? Yeah, that shit was crazy. No, seriously, it was really bad. When you drive through to New York, you'd have to go over it. And it was, man, I'm telling you, it was bad. I'm telling you, it was bad. It was really bad. And I tune in and I hear y'all bashing my home state. Y'all need to leave my home state alone. Yeah, I mean, they were bashing Bill Haney. But I don't want to do that. They used to have so much garbage it was used on they used to have so much garbage it was on ships. You remember? Yeah. Exactly. Used to pile onto the ships. Yeah. Camden is even worse now. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. That's crazy. But let me put a link in the chat in case anybody want to chop it up about anything, man. You said Love Down Gates said Fanana was like a chemical warfare, all play old factories back then. Yeah, man. Them factories, they ain't no joke, bro. They had to clean that shit up. That shit was crazy. Here you go. But anyway, so look, I want to tell you that the partnership that I have now, I do have a partnership with the PBC and Top Rank. So, yeah, so damn, I'm in North Aurora. Man, so deep out there with the rich people out there in Naperville, man. You ain't you're in North Aurora. Okay, I'm about to say, man, he ain't in North Aurora. Bill was on those ships. Hey, watch this. For real, look what I can do.
Getting knocked out early by Lucas Matisse, another big puncher.
Somewhere Mike McCollum will be happy about what we anticipate seeing when it comes to stuff like that.
And right on cue, Errol Spence goes downstairs. Both these men are fantastic body punchers.
How's low?
You know, I thought that Peterson would do some lateral movement, but then move into the pocket when he wanted to. There's a nice
right hand by Peterson, and then a left hook to the body by Peterson.
Peterson Peterson went to help the Olympic team, so they've been in the ring together before.
And Spence has also sparred with Floyd Mayweather and impressed Money Mayweather when they sparred.
Spence doing some really nice body work early in this fight.
Spence telling us that he's worked a lot on his defense as well. A nice left uppercut, right hand to the body, and then left hand upstairs by Spence. Peterson trying to smother Errol Spence Jr. Spence sneaking in that right uppercut and then that overhand left.
One of the underrated parts of Spence's game is, in fact, his defense. He called himself a passive-aggressive fighter. He said, I thought that was a great phrase. Of the power punches according to show stats against Spence.
So anyway, on Saturdays, just so you know, on Saturday morning, Errol was sharp, man. On Saturday mornings, bro, we're gonna be doing fight breakdowns and all that stuff on the show on Saturday mornings. So make sure you guys come around on Saturday morning. Try to support the channel on Saturday morning. PBC Top Rank. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm thinking these guys are gonna work. They should be working together, man. Look, bro, for them to let me have some access to something, bro, you know what's up. What up, Dean?
What's up, Fanon? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, brother. Just randomly looking at YouTube videos, like because I have access now, feeling important.
I want to start something. You said you ain't want to bash Bill. Well, Bill was on Twitter bashing your ass yesterday.
Fuck Bill, nigga. What was Bill bashing me about? Me talking about his son?
Bill said 22% of your content about Devin Haney. He had put up a little post to all the channels, you know, because he be trying to say everybody talk about his son. And
22. Hold on, bro. Can I make an admission? Can I make an admission? 100% of the videos of mine that flop have Devin's name in it. I'm dead fucking serious, bro. I take pride, bro. I get pissed off when I do a video that doesn't get at least 3,000.
No, I understand.
I get pissed because I'm like, shit, my shit flopped. Like, I know it, I know what it is. Like, if I do a really good video that most people like, I can get as high as 30,000. If I do a video that's a good topic that people like, I can get 10,000. If I just decide to talk about some bullshit nobody cares about, I can get like 1,000, 1,200. Nigga, it took 3 days for this nigga's video to get over 2,000. So what the fuck are you talking about, Bill? It's like I basically volunteered my fucking time. Nigga, I would have been, dog, no joke, bro. I would have, instead of making that fucking video, bro, I literally could have fucking signed up my car for an Uber and used it and fucking drove Uber, nigga. and got more money in that period of time than fucking with your son, bro. Don't nobody watch your son. Like, what the fuck you talking? I bullshit you not. I can show you, Deem. Like, I'm looking at this shit. No joke, bro. Do you ever did a video and you kind of feel like, man, I don't know if people like me anymore? Like that type shit. Bro, I had the feeling. I was like, man, people don't. I did a video about Devin, man. This shit had like 600 fucking views after 3 hours, bro. I was literally sitting on my fucking porch like, my life is falling apart. I can't believe my channel is failing. But then I had to remember, nobody fucks with Devin. So make a Gervonta video and maybe you'll feel better. So I did a Gervonta video. It does normally. I'm like, okay. But Bill, let me tell you, your son is a goddamn fucking ball and chain on boxing, dragging the shit to the bottom of the fucking ocean, nigga. Okay? You make people talk about shit that don't nobody care about. Because you go around and you get all these fucking channels to talk about your son, but it's only 15 people. But because it's 15 channels, you think there's this list. No, nobody likes to talk about your son, bro. Nobody wants to see your son fight, bro. Nobody. The most they want to see, I'm telling you, is this shit. I'm telling you what the fuck they want to see. They want to see this shit.
I had to get him started, y'all.
No, for real. Watch him start clapping. Hold on. Damn, I thought I had it. Or let me see. I think I do have it. Let me see if I have this available. Oh, no, I don't want to show that. Villasili showed me. Yeah, like this.
Aloma stepped forward immediately.
They would want to watch this.
Short left hand.
Loma punching his ass upside the head.
Behind that. And sends off a 4-bunch combination, and then back to distance in that jab, that excellent jab of Haney.
Starting to see some fatigue right now from Haney. That was a good body shot.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
Nah, I just wanted to come up here and get you started because I seen Bill. I said, "Oh, I can't wait to tell Fanon it's going to be
nigga
an
put some shit
entertaining
up
morning."
I do. 22% of my videos are his, right?
Go to his Twitter, Fanon.
No, I'm gonna do something better. I'm gonna go to my page. YouTube, watch this shit. I'm gonna say, watch how stupid this nigga is. Ain't no fucking way, bro.
Fanon, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna come over there and get you.
Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. I have done 7,600 videos, bro.
God damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of videos. So I've done 7,000 videos. So 7,600 times 0.2, right?
Yeah.
That's 0.22. Nigga, I did not do 1,607. I have not done 1,672 fucking videos on your son, you goddamn liar.
Bill Nokio out here lying again, yo.
Bill out here lying like a champ. Do you realize that shit, how many fucking videos that is? You think I did 1,600 videos on your son? You goddamn lie, nigga. Whatever.
Bill Nokio out here lying again, y'all.
Oh, he said 2.2? No, 0.02 is 2%. 20% is 0.2.
Yeah, 20% is 0.22.
Yeah, and 20.22 is 0.22.
Yeah, they chirping.
Yeah, so what else on your mind, man?
I just wanted to tell you, Fanon, I know Gervonta is your guy. That's my guy, too, so you could get ready for a whole year of people ducking him when he get to 154. Everybody wanted him at 154, Fanon, and we're going to run into the same problem that we ran into at 147. Mark my goddamn words. And Fanon, Terence Crawford is the WBA champ, and he the interim for the WBO. And you know he like holding up division. So I'm putting this out there to the world. Get ready for 154 to duck Gervonta Ennis. Don't be surprised when it start happening. That's all I really wanted to come up here and say. And just to find out if Bill Nokio is up there lying again.
Man.
Come holler at you.
Bro, you a lying ass nigga, Bill. Bill, you don't even know how many videos I've done. Because no joke, watch this shit. Of the 17, this is how you know this nigga just be lying. Bro, of the videos that I have up, I have literally at times taken down hundreds and hundreds of videos. Because I do 3 videos a day, bro. You ain't no fucking way in the world I've got 1,600 videos on my channel about Devin Haney, bro. If you were Gervonta, and here's the honest truth, bro. When I tried to get this stuff done, you know who the people were that were like the most resistant to me?
PBC.
Versus between Top Rank and PBC? PBC. Because I was more, because they, and that's, I'm not going to give out too much. I have a lot of respect. No problem with what they thought. But bro, it's because I talk about PBC fighters so much. Right? I talk about them all the time. That's who I talk about. I talk about Gervonta. I talk about I talk about them. The only reason I talk about Devin is because you dickheads are always putting Devin's name in the middle of everybody else's business. You can't even, I used to talk about Gary Russell Jr. I was talking about Gary Russell Jr. and Terence. All of a sudden, Devin jumps his happy ass in the middle of the shit.
Oh, man, I just came up here to get you started, y'all. I'm glad I found out Bill Nokio out here lying again. He lying again, y'all.
22%. Yeah. Nigga, you can't even, man.
That nigga can't even, that nigga wouldn't even know how to get to that percentage.
Wouldn't even know the math to get to that shit. Bro, hey, hold on.
I'm going to let Phoenix cook, though.
All right, bro, get back, Dean. What percentage did they say that Boxing Ego did? Because Boxing Ego's got like 190,000 videos on his page. What's up? What up, Phoenix?
Yeah, yeah. I think that 22% sticks with Bill because that's how much they normally take in net profit. And so it was just, just his memory, like, what sound like a good number to go ahead and slap on that? So, oh, that's 22%. Yeah, we familiar with that. We took that 22% for Camposo, you know. So yeah, that's probably how he moved. But man, this dude Bud, man, this dude Bud, if he ain't, man, he right up there with the Haney as far as being for Daisy. I kid you not. I kid you not. Like, huh, man. I tell you, these Club Shay Shay interviews, man, some stuff be coming out. I don't know what he put in that Henny he be giving him. But like, man, he must be putting like a truth serum or something up in there, because the way that these dudes just be coming out and saying everything, like, yo, what the hell, man? It's like, I swear, he must have found like Diddy or Bill Cosby's secret stash or something. They be spiking them drinks where he gives it to the people on the couch.
Mhm.
Because man, ain't no way that people just be out there saying this stuff all, like without no cares. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. But man, just for that, I hope even more that Bug gets smacked by Canelo. That'd be the best. One thing about that fight, you notice that like it don't got a start time yet on Netflix. Like the shows is still, going to be September 13th, but it don't got no start time. And then on top of that, we still waiting to find out where they're gonna put it at. Nah, man, I'm still skeptical about whether or not that fight even happened. I am, because man, I don't know, just too many weird things with that. Too many weird things with that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have another one of those mystery illnesses pop up, and then somebody end up unable to compete, and they still don't got the undercard. I remember if it was PBC and they hadn't announced the undercard at this time, they'd be saying, "Man, PBC broke. They don't got money to pay the fighters." So that's why. I mean, shoot, could you imagine if Al Heyman put out a post talking about, "Hey, who want to sign up to be on the undercard? We can't find nobody." The way the turkey is doing right now, like, come on. That would never happen. And then to put the fight of the century on, and you talking about you don't want to put no other names on the card, you just want to put like the up and comers, the prospects, all this and that. Like, man, again, if it were PBC, they'd be saying, "Oh, Al Heyman wasting too much money on Canelo and Bud, and he don't got enough to pay other fighters, so they got to sit on the side and let these no names get up on the undercard." That's exactly what they be saying. But nah, because they say it's Turkey, it's all good. They need to go ahead and get on with that. Like, I hope this card fails, even though it's like on Netflix for free. And the good thing about Netflix is they ain't gonna charge you extra like the Zone does. That's the only saving grace about the card being on Netflix. Ain't about they say they ain't charging. I feel sorry for the people who's gonna try to go to the press conference and got to pay that $70 though. The one that they have in New York. I feel sorry for them. 'Cause that's probably gonna be the only money they bring in for the fight. No lie. And how many people you think gonna show up today?
You're breaking up,
I'm
so I
breaking
couldn't
up.
really hear it. Yeah, you're kind of breaking up. It's kind of like a bad connection today, a little bit.
Oh snap! But shoot, all right, let me hop out and hop back in.
All right, man. Yeah, because they sound like you're in an echo because you're like in a car or something. Bill says someone gave him a gram of for $120 to sell. Damn right, his math ain't mathing. Look, man, I don't give a shit about what Bill Haney thinks about me, man. On the real, whatever. Like, that dude inserted himself into my life personally. Like, bro, I'm a boxing fan. Leave me the fuck alone, Bill. Go do what the fuck you do and leave people alone, bro. Ain't nobody fucking checking for your son like that, man. I've been nice as hell about your son, despite what you niggas have done. What's up, man?
Oh well, speaking of Devin, we just need to give him some destructive criticism. Constructive criticism ain't working, because he feels some type of way about that. Now we got to be destructive about it. So no, we go ahead and start tearing him down. That's the way I look at it. I mean, shoot, we don't know what's going to happen with him next, because they still talking about what, August 16th. As they, I saw that they got Who was it? Raymond Ford on that card
August
for
16th.
August 16th. Yeah, the one that was talking about that was supposed to beat Devin and Teofimo. Like Raymond Ford supposed to fight.
August 16th is the date that Gervonta is supposed to be going.
Exactly.
They're trying to they were trying to counter program Gervonta with Devin Haney and Tio.
Yeah.
That shit was gonna fail.
And it was gonna be in Saudi too.
Man, that shit was gonna fail. Like, ain't nobody gonna stop watching a Gervonta Lamont Roach rematch to watch Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez play patty cake. Ain't no
way.
Ain't nobody sitting there watching y'all niggas fucking playing square dancing and shit. Fuck out of here. Did you used to have to square dance when you were a kid?
Man, when I lived in Oklahoma, man, they had us do that as part of PE. They had us do square dancing and line dancing. I was mad about that shit. I said, man, I want to play like dodgeball or something.
I don't know why. I was happy every time we played that shit. It's because I was the only black kid in my school. So, and all the little white, all the white girls, they didn't mess with no black kids. So, but every time we were square dancing that dime piece, I got to hug on that dime piece for about 3 seconds and let it go. I get to hold on to Becky. I got to hold on to Becky for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Next,
I do that do-si-do.
Yeah, I used to do-si-do with Becky, man. I had to do-si-do with Becky, dude. That shit was fun, man. I used to love that, bro. I used to love that. I used to love square dancing with white girls.
Like that's the one dance they could do right.
Hell yeah, they can all dance now though. They got all that shit now because they got TikTok. So now they can see, that's what you niggas is doing. We got it.
Well, they off beat, but they try.
Yeah, well, you know what they say they lag behind the beat. They just lag behind the beat a little bit. I think that's the melanin thing, where you lag a little bit behind the beat. You know what I mean?
They don't come natural to them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. Well, you know what Hitler said, and I know that people don't like when I talk about Adolf Hitler, but one of the things that he said that I was like, wow, that shit kind of blew my mind. He said that no black person, he said, no joke, bro. It was like this, they posited like it was super racist, but they cut off what he said at the end. And they said that he doesn't care what a black person does or an African does. They will never be able to produce, what do they say, like classical music like Beethoven, that they would never be able to produce that in a million years. But if they can play it, it's a result of the instructors teaching them to play it. But then he also said, it's like us in jazz. We can't play jazz. We can't, if we play jazz, it's just because they taught us how to play their music. So basically what he was saying was like, it's like your music, your culture, that is part of who you are. So if you're trying to jump into somebody else's culture, you're always going to lag a little bit behind it because that's not where you're really from. So like, ain't no black people really going to be rocking out to Amadeus Mozart. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Oh, that's beautiful. But ain't nobody rocking out to that shit. Where the Germans are rocking out to that shit. Like that's their shit. So they understand all the stuff and the reasons why they got that stuff going on. Where black people in America have rap music and the different stuff that come from us, and we know it, and because it comes from us. Where if somebody else tries to do it, it doesn't quite sound right. It's a little bit off. You know what I mean? So anyway, it was a really interesting thing that he said, because it's talking about the differences between nations, like trying to be Nigerian. Like you can't really be Nigerian unless you're really Nigerian or whatever particular, I hate saying Nigerian, whatever. What do you call, like, are you Igbo or what? How does that work?
My mom is.
Okay, your mother's Igbo. So I don't know. I don't want to say nations or tribes or whatever it is.
Yeah, because it's like different, like depending on where you go. Because like they got different states in Nigeria. So my mom was from one state, my father was from a different state. So they had like they even got different languages, even though they both in the same country. So that's one of the things where it's like the difference from going from like Missouri to Arkansas or from Iowa to Louisiana. Like they would have an entirely different language, different words, different meanings and stuff. So that's the way that it is over there. So like no matter where you're going, like it's going to be like a different culture, pretty much. I mean, a lot of things are still going to be the same as far as like the food and everything, and maybe they might got some common words, but culture is going to be different. Practices are going to be different, and then like even the religion is going to be different. Because you got some places where they're going to be Muslims, and other places where they're going to be Christians. So it just depends.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's really interesting. It's always been interesting stuff to me, man. Like you can, yeah, you just can't. You can't never really steal something from a group of people. Like even like somebody from New York ain't gonna make music that sounds like somebody from Louisiana. It's just, that's their music. Even like that shit that they do in California with all that, that's just.
Oh yeah.
What do you call that shit? Was it the crib walk when them motherfuckers be doing all that shit? Like the kid, it's just that's who they are. They're their own group of people, and their music is going to sound a certain way. Just like in Louisiana, their music is going to sound a certain way, and those are legitimate differences between groups of people. But I just found it like, and you remember that big football player Reggie White?
Yeah,
Reggie White when he wound up dying of something. But man, remember when they loved him until he said all that stuff up there in Congress, and they persecuted that man for saying stuff that just makes common sense, bro. We don't really like that twang in like black folk are now just starting to fuck around with putting twang in their music. Like the country music, like they're starting they're just now starting to put that twang in there. But the music is the same. It's just that damn twang. That little ing that they do, you know what I mean? To separate black people from white people in the South, even though they're pretty much, they eat the same food, but the food's just a little different.
Because some food is seasoned and some food is bland. Like we know how that goes.
Man, yeah, but dog, some people again. I finally learned how to cook like really, because I can. Can you cook?
Hell yeah.
All right, man. I started watching these black chefs because I was always cooked, but my seasoning went to another level when I started saying, fuck it, just throw it in there.
Speaking of which, they got this documentary called High on the Hog on Netflix. And they're talking about how they're talking about how African food has influenced African American food here and around the world. So they're talking about everything from like when people first started growing rice in America, and then like how some of the foods around places like Louisiana, the Creole food came about. Like they just go ahead and touch on all that.
Yeah, Africa's like the cradle of civilization, man. You know what I mean? Like it really, really is. It's like this. It really is the source of everything, and that's been taught for a long time. It's really the source of everything. But what? Somebody said
they touched on that in this class I took back in college. It was Black Studies, and they touched on that, like the whole diaspora, everything moving, from Africa and outwards. So yeah, they went ahead and touched on that. It was interesting to go ahead and do it.
I just think they got their time frames wrong. Like people came over from Africa into the Western Hemisphere long time before Columbus or any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, there was people over here before Columbus for sure. Like even before like Amerigo Vespucci. That's what they say America named after. But like even then, like there's people here before he got here. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, one thing that's interesting, like you were saying, like different cultures, different places, they do things in different ways. So like that explains the Haneys, because they lie a lot and they from Vegas. In Vegas, everybody lying, because look how many adult stars is out there. Look how many Instagram models is out there. They lying because they ain't natural. They ain't natural. Everything about them is fake, plastic. So it makes sense that the Haneys will fall into that same type of grand and blatant lying that everybody out there in Las Vegas is doing. So that's why I'm not too surprised. And it's like you said, like different places can't really do it the same. So that's why lies that other people tell ain't the same way that the Haneys do it. They ain't at that same level. So that's one of the things. I mean, we was talking about Jersey a little bit earlier and how it stink, and that's because Shakur is still there. but even his lies ain't as bad as the way the Haney's be doing it. So, I gotta say, man, like Bill really right when he's saying nobody doing it like them. Because nobody can imitate or emulate that. Like he on another level with that lion stuff. But one day it's all gonna catch up to him.
You know what he really? I got to disagree with you. I actually know somebody that is can lie as much as him. Like Blue Blood lies as much as him easily. Like there are people that are as close to being as lying as much, but I don't know anybody that's more trifling and petty. See, it's the lying along with being trifling and petty that sets Bill aside, because Bill can deal with lies at a large level, but then he can also be petty and vindictive to just normal people that are minding their fucking business and don't even know who the fuck he is. Like Bill has a different degree of raggedy fuck nigga to him. You know what I mean? Like just lying, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn can lie with the best of them. But Eddie Hearn is not just ruthlessly petty, vindictive, and trifling. You know what I mean? It's just trifling to put people's mugshots out. And that's just trifling. And then just to be so monstrously hypocritical when your son gets when your son gets arrested, all of a sudden, oh no.
I don't know why when Devin got arrested, I don't know why he wasn't quick to jump on Twitter and say, hey, 24 years old, ain't nobody doing it like Devin. Arrested at 24. Now he did it before everybody else. Like he could have, but he pick and choose. But I get what you're saying, because it's the quality, not quantity of the lies.
Man, I'm just saying, as far as the lionest motherfuckers in YouTube, like for real, on top liars, Blue Blood's number one. That's the lionest nigga I've ever met in my life. I think he is pathological with his shit. That's the number one liar. Nobody's close. He's like the fucking LeBron James of lying about boxing. After him comes Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn don't care. Eddie Hearn will let that shit fly, and I know he ain't telling the truth. Then Bill is right there with Eddie Hearn. But those two right there. Yeah.
I think Bill worse than Eddie.
Bill, you think Bill's worse than Eddie? I haven't listened to Eddie in a long time. Well, Bill has to lie. Eddie doesn't. Yeah, that's right. Because Eddie has more truth. Eddie can actually tell more truth.
Yep.
Because he's actually telling the truth on a regular basis. Like the fight is going to be this date. The fighters that are going to fight are these people. They are with Matchroom. Like you can literally go through all of what he's talking about and write down fact. Yeah,
because the only time I see Eddie lies when he's talking about fighters outside of Matchroom. That's where he be saying stuff where it's like, no, that's not adding up. It's not adding up, Eddie. But when he's talking about his Matchroom fighters, or maybe even some top ranked guys, basically people that he's working with, and he gonna be spot on about that. But yeah, I've caught him whenever he talking about fighter. Like we all know about when they was talking about they sent Gervonta that $20 million offer or whatever from Turkey, and it was like 3 or 4 different stories about that. Like, come on, Eddie, come on. So yeah, it'd be stuff like that, or like he was the one who first announced that Canelo and Jake Paul was happening. Like before it came out, and Turkey was like, "Oh yeah, that was just misinformation." So things
Turkey
like
that. Turkey a lying motherfucker too now.
Yeah,
Turkey a lying ass bastard too. Hey,
yep. At least, but he admitted it
too. Terence Crawford a lying ass nigga too. But they got a lot of lying ass niggas in boxing. No, I think about it.
Yeah, that was the thing I noticed about Eddie, though. I was like, okay, how's Eddie gonna know Canelo's plans when Canelo don't work with him? How's he gonna know Jake Paul's plans when Jake Paul's his own promoter? Like, how's he gonna be the first one to announce their fight before they do? Like, come on, y'all. So that was the first time where it's like you got promoters and stuff talking about other fighters they don't even work with. Like, how are they supposed to know? You think other boxers teams is just out there sharing information with them for no reason? Like, hey man, I know you don't work with us and you're not our promoter, and you ain't gonna be making nothing from our fight, but hey, this is where I'm fighting at. Like, what type of sense does that make? So That's when I'm like, yeah, Eddie, you might not be telling the truth here. But he got a little bit of discernment, but that's the thing about Bill and Devin. They got no discernment. And like, see, see, when people be talking about it's Bill is the reason why people don't like Devin. No, Bill ain't had nothing to do with that, baby. No, he ain't had nothing to do with no prostitute, baby. And then that was all Devin. That was all Devin. I don't know how the hell y'all gonna blame that on Bill. And then Devin, out his own mouth talking about Brian Norman Jr.'s ass. That wasn't Bill. Devin tweeted that. Devin tweeted that. And so, based on that, he might go ahead and just stay at 145 because he don't want to feel that the power punches. And then so Devin been coming out and saying, yeah, my daddy speaks for me. So anything he's saying on my behalf. Oh shoot, he ain't had no discernment to say no. I'm my own person. I'm gonna speak for myself. So yeah, we can't keep on saying yeah. We used to like Devin, but it's Bill's fault. It's Bill's fault. Nah, Devin be doing Fugazi shit on his own. He does. So people need to stop giving him a pass and blaming Bill for it because if you see what Devin be posting on Twitter, it's like, come on, man, come on. Like people be frying him as much as they fry Bill. And that's why I don't give him no pass because it don't make no lick of sense whatsoever to go ahead and keep on saying that, Devin Haney saying shit from Floyd Mayweather can't touch him to he beat the shit out of Tank to, yeah, man, I beat Hector Garcia so bad he done left the gym after sparring and all this and that. But nah, like this is stuff out Devin's own mouth. So we can't go ahead and keep on saying it's Bill's fault. It's Bill's fault. When Devin's mouth just as big. Like I don't know what's bigger between their mouths and their noses, but a lot of shit come out of both.
Man, that's funny. What's bigger, their mouth or their nostril? I mean, I think that their nostrils are probably like in a comparative sense, their nostrils are bigger. But
I mean, you could be right because the way that sniffing on Mill City though. Whew.
Hey, but that's all right, bro. I got a big nose, so I ain't trying I can't point fingers at people with big noses because I got a big nose. So it is what it is, You got a schnoz, you got a schnoz. His shit just is extra flared out. I mean, them nostrils is just kind of flared out. You know what I mean?
Everyone could dude could snort a golf ball through a garden hose. The way he was snorting on Mill City, like. But shoot, man, like the way they do, man, I could never rock with that. I could never rock with that. And I don't know why they're still trying to push that. It's like that whole definition of insanity that people attribute to Einstein saying, like, yo, man, it really is doing the same thing over and over and expecting change. Cause like it's not working for him. Ever since the Gamboa fight. I've been saying it. Like, not only was that the last chance for Devin to show me like, okay, he's really like what he was saying, but I feel like that fight was the one that ruined his chances of being a superstar. Like for real. I think that's what ruined his chances because I feel like if he would have stopped Gamboa, his career probably would have taken a different turn than what it has. Because we seen what happened when Bud fought Gamboa, and we seen what happened when Tank fought Gamboa. And we know how Devin was over there, that was when he started trying to be like Tank. Because you seen what happened with that. And they thought that he could go in and do the same thing. So like after that point, when he was calling Gamboa an old man washed up, all this and that, talking about he was gonna stop him and all this, and then it went a long 12 rounds. Nobody got hurt in the fight. Nobody was cheering for the fight. Like, man, at the time that the fight happened, I don't know, like, shoot, was that like when COVID had first started when that fight happened? Because like the crowd was dead. And I remember talking to my coach before the fight, like, yo, man, like, I really don't feel Devin going to go anywhere if he don't come out and do what he say he's going to do with Gamboa. And we seen what's happened. And we look at where the Haneys are now. And they still trying to run that same playbook, even though it's tired. And now Bill running out here going from camp to camp to camp. Like, I don't know why he had to be at the weigh-in for or press conference for Hitchens and Camboso. It's like, what's he doing over there? And then the dude talking about, I'm walking around New York looking for Tiafimo, Lopez, Jr. and Senior. Like, man, this dude is out here looking for clout like a crackhead looking for another rock. Like, the shit horrible. The shit horrible. and they're still beating that dead horse. Like Devin is not going to come back. You know, it's the same thing with Terence Crawford. Now, this is the last thing I say before I go, because a few days ago we had that conversation about why is it now that Terence in his mid-30s and just now getting to a point of being a superstar or trying to get a big payday, and I think that it's the same for him and a lot of other people. Is that when you look at the performances Terence has had, like he hadn't fought nobody that people was really interested in seeing while he was coming up. I mean, like you look at Floyd, at least he fought Jose Luis Castillo. People was interested in that because Floyd was moving up and Castillo was, deemed as the monster of that weight class in 135. Or even like his fight with Chico Corrales. Floyd had them fights like coming up. But like when you look at people like Devin, when you look at people like Bud, they're coming up, but you're not seeing them have anyone like, oh, well, he's moving up. He should fight this guy. He should fight that guy. Like there wasn't anybody for Bud like that until he fought Errol Spence when he was getting up to 147. Until Bud was like at 144 minute, and people said, oh, he could move up and fight Spence. There wasn't really anybody else on his record where we looked at and said, hey, that would be an interesting fight. Like he didn't have that. And I think that's what the problem is. These guys are coming up, but they're not fighting nobody worth mentioning, like Keyshawn Davis. Who cared about seeing him in Pedraza? Who cared about seeing him and Madueno? Who cared
I
about
cared
seeing
about
him?
seeing him in Pedraza. I was excited about that Pedraza fight. I thought that was a step-up fight. I like that Pedraza fight.
Yeah, it was all right, except Pedraza been inactive for a year and was coming down from 140.
Yeah, but I still, I just want to say it was a name. I was interested in the fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that as far as it being a name, but like looking at it, I didn't really look like that was a fight for me. Where it's like, oh, there's a lot of luster to it. Even his fight with Brenicic.
A fucking prospect. Keyshawn, why you bullshitting? Keyshawn is still a prospect, or he's a contender. I don't even want to really count. I don't really want to count Keyshawn Davis as a former champion because that's like I mean, that really is that trying to sell people on accolades. Like I forget who was saying. I think that's 2 Cent that was talking about that accolades, where you're just trying to name some accomplishment and give him an accomplishment that you can then use to make an argument that he's. But look who he beat. He beat Brenicic, and that was okay. He got the title, but you know full well Brenicic was going to beat Brenicic. Fuck is Brenicic. So then you have him about to fight Edwin De Los Santos, and he misses weight by almost 4 pounds. So I don't consider him really ever having been a champion. I think so. There are no there are no what do you call it? Really intriguing fights that are on his resume so far, because the first opportunity he had to get one, he dumped it by missing a weight by 4 pounds.
Yep. And that's the problem, and that's why PBC fighters and Golden Boy fighters are a little bit different, because you're seeing PBC and Golden Boy more often than all the other promoters. You're seeing them put their people in against someone where it's actually some interest in the fight beforehand, where people are actually talking about it. Maybe they might be speculating as who would win, or if the fight's even possible, or it's just that people think it would be competitive. But you're not really seeing that with people like Devin, with people like Bud, with people like Keyshawn and some of the other guys coming up, and even to an extent, Shakur at 135.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
To the dude that I just threw the fuck out, Devin Haney is a boxer. This is a boxing channel. We talk about Floyd Schofield Jr. or Floyd Schofield III every day. At some point in time, fighters are going to go into the conversation because this is a boxing channel. Bill Haney pays a lot of money to get people to talk about his son. He put a tweet out with my name in it so that people on my channel would talk about Devin. This conversation about Devin is a natural result where you have to fucking clout chase. Am I tripping? Or did that nigga just clout chase me?
Oh yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is.
So, Bill, nigga, you clout chased me. You have nothing else to say to me, bro. You're supposed to be the big time promoter, man. You're supposed to be the big time trainer of the year. You're Hall of Fame son in boxing. That's why you're supposed to sit your dumb ass in the ring. You're not supposed to be talking to people in the stands, bro. You're clout chasing niggas in the stands. Why am I important enough for you to put my name on a tweet? I'm just a fan. And you're trying to claim that I really love your son. Look how much Fanon loves my son. Nigga, you're clout chasing me, dog. Keep my name the fuck out your mouth, bro. You're clout chasing me. I'm just a regular fucking boxing fan. That shit's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me that you would do that. Now, the people that are really in the media, cool, I get that. We go ahead, man. I'm sorry. What's up, Greg?
I'll say this, man. I heard of crack rocks that Bill out there chasing clout rocks. That's a whole another thing right there.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, we've heard of crack rocks before, but Bill out there chasing clout rocks.
Man, I can't
snort all that up.
Man, look, as boxers, bro, like you got to stay above the fray, man. Like certain things, you can have an attitude, bro, that's just beneath me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just beneath me. Like, Bill, I'm supposed to be beneath you. You're not supposed to see me. You're supposed to be the big important guy that's one of the most important guys in boxing. And I'm supposed to be just an irrelevant hack on YouTube doing some shit just to have fun. But when you're in a position where you have to clout chase me, that tells me you're in need of some serious clout, brother. Like, you're missing some clout, bro.
Oh, definitely on that. And you know who doesn't have to do that? Like
Who?
PBC fighters.
No, they don't.
With that,
they act like you don't exist. Errol will act like you don't exist. Gervonta will act like you don't exist. Floyd Mayweather will act like you don't exist. They'll just kind of go on about their business being, the famous people that they're supposed to be. But, you guys want to be Ron Artest. You guys want to be Ron Artest, getting your face all up in the video, running all up in the stands, bro. Who else ran in the stands? Didn't Mad Max run up in the stands too? Mad Max ran up in them stands too. What up, David?
Right.
Hey, what's going on?
I'll catch you later, man.
Hey, what's going on, Phoenix? Oh, he gone.
I think he just jumped.
Yeah. What's going on, man? What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, bro. I can't complain, bro.
Is that Bozo the Clown, the fake Don King of the new generation of boxing, Bill Haney, trying to clout chase off you, man?
Man, I can't believe it, dog. I can't believe it.
Man, this clown is pathetic, man. He can't help himself. He just make one dumb mistake after another, soiling the memory of Don King with his pitiful antics and his pitiful portrayal of a great boxing promoter. He need to cut it out, man. He can't make his son be something that he's not. Just like he trying to train the other one in the boxing. He gonna get that little boy hurt. He a tennis player. Come on, it's a different beast when you get smacked and hit up in the side of the head in the ring, man. All it's gonna take is about 5 jabs and that boy gonna quit.
Hey, who knows, man? He may be getting that jabbed up by his brother already. I don't know. He's got a better. I'm gonna tell you this. How old is he?
I don't know. I think that young boy like around 17,
18. He's got
17,
a better chance at boxing than he's got at tennis. He got a way better chance at boxing than he got at tennis. That's for sure.
Hey, man. One thing
if you got some talent, you can still get it done at 7. If you got talent, in boxing, you can still get it done if you start at 17. You ain't enough talent in the world to get it done in tennis if you start at 17.
Oh man, come on. We seen what happened to what's that boy name? Frank Martin when he get in there with stiff competition, and he started around the same age. But
Yeah. I mean, Deontay Wilder started around that age. Errol Spence started around that age. You know, you can have some success, but I'm telling you, there is not a professional tennis player in the world that picked up a tennis racket at the age of 17.
but
You can't do it. Hell no, you done. It's just you're done. If you picking that shit up that late, you're fucking done, bro. Like
cool.
you can be like talented enough in boxing. You can just be strong and athletic and kind of figure it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that tennis ain't no joke, bro. That shit ain't no joke, bro.
It's good for
yeah,
it's
ain't no
good
joke.
for that cardio. It's good for cardio.
Yeah, I'm just saying
running back and forth.
The skill is though, it's so skill related though. Like it's just the ball, because you remember they're playing with a ball. In boxing, you just punch somebody in their face. So
True.
you got to really deal with a ball like popping up over your shoulder. They'll make that ball do all kind of crazy shit, man. But anyway, I paid attention to tennis for a long time. So there's no evidence that I know of anybody starting that late they could make it to the professionals, because you're gonna be 30 by the time you know how to play well enough if you're 17. So
True.
you'll be 30 before you even know what you're doing. And then by that time, you got 16-year-olds that are gonna be wearing your ass out.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Like,
but
for
you
real,
know what?
tennis is like this. Like, how long you think it's gonna take a normal man to beat a world champion? How long do you think it would take a world class a man that just picks up a sport to beat a female boxer? How long do you think it would take a man to beat a female boxer? If they just picked up the sport and that was a good boxer?
I don't know. You know,
Couple years.
It
wouldn't take long, I don't think. Like, if you had like an athletic football player and you taught him to box and you put him in with a female boxer,
it all depends on the size of the fight and the dub.
Okay.
You feel me? You know what I mean? Now, if he has a mean streak and he has a good trainer that could teach him those defensive techniques, as well as show him good footwork and techniques, that you get into a different arena, especially if he got an equalizer. That's the one thing about
about a year.
Wilder.
So what would you say, about a year? Take about a year?
I say about 2 years.
Okay,
one
so
thing for sure,
I don't think it takes 2 years.
You know,
I don't
2
think
years.
it takes 2 years.
That front cranium guy get used to taking those jabs, and at the same time,
You think it'd take a man? I'm talking about a man. You think it would take a man 2 years to be able to beat a female in boxing?
It all depends on who the female is.
Okay, let's say Clarissa Shields. Here, I'm going to tell you. Okay, let's take Kai Cenat. How long you think it's going to take Kai Cenat to be able to beat Clarissa Shields in a boxing match?
I'm gonna be straight up.
Or Eminem.
Really?
Like, how long do you think? Let's say Eminem. How long do you think it would take Eminem to beat her in a boxing match?
I think it'd take Eminem at least about a year.
About a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you did in what up, Greg? How you feeling, bro?
What's the deal?
Chilling, brother. Real quick before you go, to finish the point, Dave. But in tennis, so it may take a year, right? Do you know how long it will take a man to beat Coco Gauff?
Oh,
it's gonna take your ass for
man.
It'll never fucking happen if your ass just picked up that fucking thing.
Man, that girl is on the beginning stages of becoming the next Venus Williams.
No, I'm just saying that, dude, that's how hard it is to beat. Like, my daughter was 12 years old and mopping grown dudes that have been playing tennis for decades. and she was 12 years old, just going on the court and mashing them because she was like trained to play like a professional. They were just used to hitting the ball back and forth. But if I'm telling you, a grown man that has been playing tennis for fun for 30 years, bro, if you pull out a 12-year-old girl that was trained, like can go to nationals, like a national level 12-year-old girl, that grown man will get his ass whooped every which way but loose by that little girl. Telling you, that's why I say it's not the same with boxing. What's up, Greg?
What's the deal? What's going on?
Nothing, man. We just chopping it up, talking about much of nothing. You know.
How Kendrick said, what they talking about? They talking about nothing.
Man, right now we just tripping on this stuff, man. Bill Haney said something about me, said that I'm a big fan of his son. So I was just responding that, dog, no, I'm not really. But that's it. What's on your mind, Greg?
Nah, I'm chilling. I'm just listening in. I feel like with Bill, man, he got a lot of pressure on himself because he had to do a lot of the work himself. A lot of the promoting and things like that and getting the fights that he needed early on. Nobody was going to do that for Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they was willing to do it, they was going to be trying to take a crazy percentage because that's what they do. So he was trying to save his son's career, which he should have did that as a father. And I think nowadays where because of where it's going, he basically got it to where he wanted it to be. Now it's like he got to hold on to it. So now it's like, he got to keep reinventing himself and his son's career. So that's why I feel like he be going in the way he do. You know what I mean? He got to keep this shit alive because if he don't, nobody gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's how he feels, but at the same time, I mean he ain't in Mexico no more, man. So yeah, I mean Devin's a known commodity, bro. As long as he's fighting and as long as he's fighting, people are gonna know who he is, man. I think Bill just does too much, bro. He can feel that way, and I can understand that he feels that way. But to me, sometimes, man, it's like, are you wanting to be famous or you want your son to be successful? Yeah. And I think you got that choice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you want to be famous or do you want your son to be famous?
It's like the way the game is now, though, it's fucked up that it's like that, but you gotta make noise. If you don't make noise, then people are gonna keep saying, who are you? You know what I mean? So I understand both sides. I understand what you're saying, and I understand his side, because if he don't promote his son, if he don't talk heavy, then nobody even gonna care. You know what I mean? So he trying to keep that shit rolling. You feel me? And it's tough because if you really pay attention to boxing, 99% of the fighters got robbed, and that means all of them. You know what I mean? They all been robbed. Yeah. They all get money taken from them. They all, they find out about the purse, which is probably really a quarter of the purse. You know what I'm saying? And then they break it down between the bosses. So it's like, it's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up sport. And he trying to get what he can get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, I understand, bro. Like, hey, shit, I'm driving my car. Somebody takes the fucking tire iron to my back of my car and tries to get my briefcase. I get it. You need my money. I'm just like, bro, leave me alone, dog. Because you know what else? What can I do, bro? I try my absolute best, Greg. Like, you are a very fair person, bro. Like, you're very fair. I listen to you like you listen to me. You're very, very fair, and I do believe that you have a insight into the inner workings of boxing that I don't have, like as a practical matter. So I respect what you're saying, man, but I don't get this shit where people are talking to people in the stands. I mean, just you know what I mean? Like, it's just bizarre to me that Jaron Ennis would say my name. That to me, because like I'm not. You're in the stands, bro. That shit is akin to me to a boxer, to like the basketball players that run in the stand and fight and start fighting in the stands, bro. Like, you can't. Bill is fighting in the stands, and so, dude, like, if you keep that in between boxers and all that shit, that's fine. But he steps off and like on the real, that nigga steps off into like the real world, and when you stepping into the real world, that shit's not the same, bro. And he need to keep that shit boxing and stop stepping into shit that is not boxing, bro. You know what I mean?
True that.
That's my only thing with Bill.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Somebody called me. I couldn't hear you. But
No,
hey,
no. Go ahead.
go ahead. You know what I
No,
wanted
what
to
I'm
say
telling you,
though?
what I was saying was, it's like if somebody, it's like you got to, like, if you're a boxer, you're a boxer, and you're a manager, you're a manager. You should be talking to people that are managers, that are boxers, that are journalists. The problem with what these dudes are starting to do is they're starting to run up in the stands, and they're starting to harass individual fans about what individual fans think about them. Now, I know that that's just part of social media and all of that stuff, but that shit is just, to me, that shit is just not. I could never fucking imagine, bro, that Jerron Ennis is going to be talking about me, because you know what I'm saying? Jerron is the focus. He's the star. So it's like, talk about Jerron. You don't want Bozy out here talking to me. It's just to me, that's just bizarre behavior from me looking as a fan of the sport, looking at the way he behaves.
Can I be fair and say this, right?
Yeah, you can be fair. You can say it. You can be unfair and say it. I'm good.
YouTube is TV now, right? So believe it or not, you a celebrity too. You know what I'm saying? I had a dude call me about a month ago, call my phone and said, Greg, I just saw you on For Nine. I said, yeah, what you saying? He said, man, don't talk to that dude. All he do is bash for black fighters. I don't like him. I said, damn. I said, damn. I said, what? I said, well, what happened? He said, ain't nothing happened with me. He said, I just don't like how he talked. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you pay attention, shit, you a celebrity too. You holding down the mornings for 3 hours. You think the world don't know you and ain't paying attention to you?
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but that's always been that way for me, man. Like, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? It's always been that way for me. I've always had people know who I am, bro, for a series of reasons, nigga. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, for sure.
Like, it is what it is, bro. I still think the nigga weird. Like,
no, I hear you. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
But
I get that. I get that. I get that.
We gotta. I think we just gotta take what come with it too, because I'm pretty sure some people that feel the same way about me. But the thing is, like, long as a motherfucker don't really put his hands on you or nothing like that, then shit, we good. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Yeah, don't
You know what I
cross
mean?
that line.
Yeah, just don't cross that line. Exactly. But like, to be fair, he might not look at you as a fan. He might look at you as a celebrity, because he might hear your name every day. Somebody might say, yo, you heard what Fanon said? Or yo, you seen what Fanon did? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. This shit crazy.
Hey man, when I was a kid, Michael Jackson was famous, nigga, not the fucking DJ, not the nigga talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
But all right, but let's be fair. But let's also be fair. What about the Howard Cosell and the Burt Sugars and all of them dudes?
They were trying to make themselves famous by doing all that cornball shit. Like, they try to. I don't like niggas like that try to make themselves the subject matter of the conversation, man. Like, that's what Larry Merchant does. That's what Mike Cobb. They really do think that they're like bigger than the boxer. I've heard him say it. The individual, no joke, bro. If you put a gun to this nigga Mike Cobbinger's head and made him admit the truth, he would think that he's more powerful than any of the boxers, that he has more influence than any of the boxers, and he feels like he can use that influence to punish boxers. So that's why I don't say I'm the media. I don't want to be part of that crew of niggas that are gonna best make up shit and feel like, oh, I can control the narrative. All that shit they be putting on Boots, and then they put it on Gary Antoine Russell, and then they put it on Gary Russell Jr. Now it shifts over to fucking. They just got a roaming bullshit that they be putting on people, man. And I don't want to be part of that crew. So I do understand, Greg, how you could be like, yeah, Martin, you understand how they see you. But understand, bro, I know how they may see me, but that's not what I am. So this nigga has heard me tell me, I've told this nigga on multiple occasions, nigga, I am not the media. So I don't care how many times I got to tell this nigga, man, I had a lot of niggas knowing me before YouTube. Like, before YouTube. It ain't strange for niggas to know me, but in Chicago, they don't fucking sit up there. The mayor of Chicago knows my name. He ain't going to talk about me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not going to hear Mayor Daley in his speech be like, let me talk about this kid, Martin Blackwell. It'll never fucking happen. the most I'll get is a handshake from him or something like that, or I'll get an invite in. It's not going to be the Governor Pritzker's not going to be like, oh, Martin Blackwell. No.
Yeah.
So even though you know me, bro, shit. Go ahead, no, man.
And to be fair too, in this new world where you got men playing with other men, that's because the gun has got traded in for the microphone. Now you could just say some shit and then people will be like, oh, he not playing. But you don't even got to do nothing no more. Now you could just say shit and people take it. And I'm saying that because you got guys who live their lives as gangsters their whole life, and now they on interviews and they saying everything. They giving up everything. So now it's like these young guys and the guys that's influenced by the new shit, they don't understand like that it's still real life out here. So they looking at it like, all right, so since he talking shit about me, I got to talk shit about him because that's the only way we can get to each other. That's the only way we can handle it. It's through the microphone. So you know what I mean? I think that play a part too. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll admit you're right. Bill Haney, the only shit Bill Haney can do with me is on a microphone. So yeah, that's right. Niggas feel like they gotta talk.
Plus, we gotta go ahead. We gotta go ahead and just speak the truth on this. Bill Haney is delusional, and his delusion gets greater the more he induces powdery substances with his Hoover nose. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get with that guy. You're always gonna cross the line because he believed that any news or any press is good press. It's just like bad publicity is still good publicity. They live in that delusional world where wrong is right and right is wrong. So it's like when you confront them with the truth, like Devin Haney has no power at all. He's to the point now that he's gun shy, and it may take him 2 more fights to get over that. Taking those left hooks and the way it affected him. You know what I mean? Right now, he's at a critical situation. You watch him in that fight. He was doing everything in the world to stay away from Ramirez. That's his name, right? Ramirez, his last fight.
Yeah, Ramirez.
He was doing anything in the world he could to stay away from that guy. He used every inch of that ring to stay away from that guy. He'll jump in, pop shot, and then just circle. Pop shot, circle to the left, pop, circle to the right. You know, he still haven't learned to keep that hand up so he can block that left hook, or to even use his head movement. He gotta get back to working his head movement skills. That's another thing. He gotta get back on that swivel. So it may take him another fight or two in order to get over that.
He never had good head movement. He got solid feet that was able to create an illusion that he had good head movement. Because he was in front of Loma's left hand all night too. Loma was landing that left hand shot anytime he wanted to. So he never had good head movement. He just had decent feet and a nice size reach, whereas though that he can get his punches off and get out of dodge real quick. But I wanted to say for Nan, did you see that list that Bill Haney put out about all of the YouTube channels and how much they talk about his son?
Yeah, what percentage? They gave me 22%.
Yeah, 22%.
Okay, let me tell you immediately how that's bullshit. I have 7,600 videos on my channel. 22% of that is 1,762 videos. I would love to see where the 1,000 videos that I have about that nigga is. No. But if you show your ass and you talk and people, whatever, he's a fighter. So I talk about a fighter. Anyway, yeah,
right,
I thought it
should. The thing is,
I didn't see it. Y'all telling me about it. I don't even pay nothing attention to that nigga. But you got somebody told me about it.
Yeah. The thing is, a lot of successful athletes that has great fathers behind them, like the black athletes that I grew up watching in basketball, whether it be football, boxing, even if their fathers are bigging them up, and talking about them like they're the best as they should. You should always represent for your child. But some of those fathers, their logic was always try to make them humble in a sense, like Shaq used to say his dad used to always be like, oh, you good, but you ain't better than this person. So it's like kind of putting that battery in your back for you to go out there and chase greatness. Bill Haney don't do that. He shits on everybody else while bigging up his son. I never heard him big up a fighter unless it's like maybe
Yo,
someone he's cool with or someone Devin is friends or something like that. But he talks
yeah,
about fighters that's actually good or better than his son, but he don't give him the credit.
yeah. The only one I hear him big up is Jay Paul, calling him the face of boxing. How delusional can you be with that? I admit that he has created a spectacle, a speculation of his skill set by fighting a lot of guys who are like just about over the hill or way over the hill, or guys from different art forms within the martial arts spectrum of different disciplines when it comes to physical combat. But this guy has completely lost it. He is completely delusional. He has completely lost it. He's trying anything he can to try to bail that water off of that sinking ship. Him and Devin is in a small life raft that's taking on water in the middle of a storm without
Mm,
covering.
mm,
And he's trying to bail the water out as fast as he can, but he can't because they can't help from shooting their own selves in the foot and everything he do. That has to go with completely knowing the sport and knowing all the different divisions of what it comes with being a promoter or even a trainer, which he is not a good trainer at all. He should have look. I believe Devin would have had a different future if he would have left him over at Mayweather and just let them do what they do. Let Pops Mayweather and let Floyd can go ahead keep crafting him and molding him. He would have more fundamentals that with muscle memory would have allowed him to become a very, very even better than he is right now as a boxer. But he wanted to make sure he took that part of the equation out because he wanted that money. He didn't want to play Floyd and them that money. That's the reason why he's in this situation right now. And he's burnt every bridge along the way. The reason why he's big up in Jay Paul is because that's the future option for him to go. Next, you're going to have Devin Haney on the Jay Paul card boxing against other YouTube celebrities who want to get in boxing. And that's just crazy. I can see that happening. I can see him going to Jay Paul because he already pissed off Turkey. He don't want to see no running no more. He gonna put if he get another fight with Turkey, he gonna be in that 18 by 18 ring. And if depending on who he's going up against, matter of fact, he's gonna lose. Like I said, it's gonna take him two more fights. Look at Deontay Wilder. He never recovered off of the dirty boxing that he received at the hand of Tyson Fury. He hasn't recovered. He never has been the same since that first fight with Tyson Fury. He put up a good fight in the second fight. I mean, in the third fight, he tried. He tried to get over that, but he was cheated in the first fight, and then the second fight, he just couldn't do it. Those right hooks to the equilibrium just completely destroyed that man. He's still trying to get back on his feet to this day.
Who was that?
You talking about
Deontay
Deontay
Wilder.
Wilder? He was
Oh
bleeding
Deontay
shit!
from his
Wilder.
he was
Just
bleeding from his
randomly make
ear.
you just gonna randomly make my man catch a stray, man. Jeez.
Oh, I'm
Greg,
sorry. I'm sorry. Yo, look, I was a Deontay Wilder fan. That equalizer is ridiculous. It's the greatest. You had one of the greatest equalizers going down in boxing history, right? But now That equalizer is taken away, and his greatest weakness has always been he cannot work off the jab. The first thing I learned anything about watching all of the old Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson films growing up when I first began to be a boxing fan was that everything works off the jab. Everything. And the better your jab is as a hard punch that completely stuns the guy as you work around him, or as that snap that float like a butterfly, but you stinging, that stinging jab, taking away those cheekbones, those eye, taking away the eyesight. You know what I mean? Popping the beginning of the cranium. That is like Larry Holmes. He has the best jab in history, man. I gotta say it. Larry Holmes' jab is. I haven't seen nobody who had a jab as good as Larry Holmes.
What
Matter
you
of
think
fact,
about
why
that, Greg? What do you think about that, Greg? Larry Holmes jab. You think it's the best jab?
Yeah, Larry Holmes probably had the best jab in boxing for sure.
Just wondering, because there's a couple other people that I think had really nice jabs, but he
Sonny
definitely,
Liston had a good jab.
that's who I was
yeah,
thinking of. Sonny Liston shit was
Sonny had
crazy.
a
man,
strong jab too.
that wasn't a jab. That was a sledgehammer. That's what that was.
Greg, I got a question for you though, Greg. Greg, you being a current former boxer training and stuff like that, everything that you do, what do you see or what did you see in the Devin Haney comeback fight? How did you analyze his movement in the ring? Did you analyze it as a game plan or do you think he was like shell shocked in there?
Greg, you there? You on mute, Greg?
Yeah, my bad. No, I ain't snapping about it. I'm saying that's my mom, though, bro. That's my mom. So I'm not. You know what I mean?
But that's why she said.
Yo, yeah. What you say? What you
I
say? Nah,
said,
my bad.
No
no,
worries, you good.
I asked you a question. I said, with you being a boxer and a former boxer and a trainer and all of that,
Yeah.
how did you analyze the Devin Haney comeback fight with Ramirez? Like, far as his movement in the ring, did you analyze it as a game plan, or was he kind of like shell shocked to you? Like, what did you take from that fight?
It was both. It was both. It was the game plan because we needed to get to the next check, which was the Ryan Garcia rematch. But it was also what the OG said earlier. He a little shell shock. He not trying to get hit with that shit again. That shit is like, you know what I mean? That shit is stick with you till you an old man. You know what I mean? You get hit like that. No, real shit. You get hit like that on a night that was supposed to be your best night, and you get hit like that, and then to survive it and keep going through the rounds and then get hit like that again. Yeah, you're gonna think about that shit for sure. So I think it was both. I think it was both. I think, like I said, it was part of the game plan because we needed to make it through the fight and be clean so we can get to the next bag. But then at the same time, I'm not trying to get hit like that again. You know what I mean? So and the fact that you, no disrespect and not trying to make it on some racial shit, but I just got done fighting a Mexican boy, a Hick or another Mexican boy. So you kind of seeing flashbacks of that shit while you in there.
Hey, real quick, Greg. They said a phenomenal show said, is Greg going to be analyzing boxing videos with you on Saturday? Hey, man, you interested in doing some analyzing of some PBC videos and some top ranked fighters with me?
Yeah, the people just got to make it worth my while because on the weekends I'll be chilling. So you gonna get me up early. The people got to make it worth my while.
Oh man, I'm sure they'll hit you off with some super chats and some cash apps and stuff, man. I'm sure. Usually that's how it happens, man. You know, cats will hit you up, bro. Yeah, they
For sure.
10 o'clock in the morning, I'll be with my daughter. You feel me?
Oh yeah, look at this nigga. I like you, man. It's a businessman right here. He's like, all right, man, we got to find a way to make it worth our while. Yeah, man, we can figure it out for sure. We can figure it out.
I missed the show yesterday for 9. I was a little tied up, but what did you cover the Richardson Hitchens performance? Like,
yeah, I talked about the Richardson Hitchens performance. I thought Richardson looked I thought he looked real good. I thought he looked, I mean, let me put it this way. He did what he's supposed to do against George Kambosos, who honestly he's George Kambosos. But considering the fact that he went in there to get him out of there And the last couple times I'd watched Africa was kind of skidding around the outskirts a little bit. And I was like, man, he kind of seemed like I didn't have much expectations for the fight. I thought it was going to go the distance. I just thought he was going to soft pitch it and win the fight. But he didn't. He stepped to him and he got him out of there. So I was really impressed by that, man. I liked how he looked against George Kambosos. And then the fight with Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is not the biggest puncher in the world, but man, I really loved how he was being very, very he didn't fuck around at all in that fight. With just because he had that straight right hand was open for Andy Cruz, and he just let that shit go bop, 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 and just kept hitting him over and over with the same punch. And he didn't try to get tricky. He didn't do too much. He just beat the dude up with the same punch because the same punch was open. And so I really liked it, Andy Cruz, because sometimes I think that sometimes guys can get they can do too much instead of just they want to show all of their moves and entertain. When Andy Cruz didn't do any of that entertainment stuff, he just walked to the guy, relatively speaking, and then just boom, kept coming over the top with that right hand over. Or is Andy Cruz a southpaw? I think is Andy Cruz a southpaw?
I don't know.
I think Andy Cruz, if he's a southpaw, was a straight right hand, but I'm pretty sure it was his right hand he was landing. But that's what I thought of it.
No, I think he's orthodox.
Oh, if he's orthodox, then yeah, it was a strip. As my mind eye looks at it, it was a right hand because it was on his right hand side. It was the right side of his body, and just kept landing. So I like that shit a lot, man. I'm excited for Andy Cruz, and he wasn't playing around at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm starting to see that Bozy with the Bozy training and everything. I'm starting to see how Bozy is slowly but surely bringing him along and getting him out of that amateur style of boxing where you just racking up points. He's actually starting to sit down on his punches a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. So I had a good time. I enjoyed those fights. What's your thoughts? Greg, are you there? Or David, are you there? What's your thoughts on it, David?
I'm here. Hey, my thoughts on Richardson. I like the way he moved around the ring. His footwork was precise. He worked off of that jab perfectly. Because every time he has a stiff jab as well. Because every time he hit him with that jab, he was able to come behind it with 2 more jabs. And he was able to use it to set up the rest of his punches as he continued to move Kambosos around. And he went to that body. Richardson is showing that he's a body snatcher. You know what I mean? When I call boxers body snatchers that go to that body, that go to that floating liver, that work on those ribs, that can go ahead and go from different sides and work off combinations, from body to head combinations, as well as head body combinations, working left to right. Anyone who goes to the body methodically, I call him a body snatcher. Canelo's a body snatcher. And that's one thing that people gotta realize though. I don't want to go into that fight, but Richardson, he showed real poised. He was poised. His form was damn near perfect with some slip ups. He still got to work a little bit more on his inside game when he get inside that phone booth, but he was very effective in the phone booth, and he took chances, and it paid off. Getting that close in the phone booth, then go ahead and kicking it around to the body. He was just killing him to his right side. He was killing Kambosos. Kambosos felt every body shot, and that was really effective. And I really like what I saw in Akibula, aka Africa. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed what I saw and his progression as his skills begin to grow. Excuse me. You know, but I was going back and forth, and I know Fernand going to get on me about this. I was going back and forth. It was so much on TV at that time. Anybody like I showed Fernand before? I sit here and I have like 9 screens up, especially football season. I have some of everything up on my screen because I use my computer, and I'm able to see everything just about. But I was going back and forth between UFC and um Richard and the Richardson Hitchison fight. I was going back and forth, right? I'm just a gluttony to see violence.
I
But
hear you.
yeah, but Richardson Hitchison, back to him. Also got to say, Zachary Moses, he looked good. They fed him. You know what I mean? They fed him good.
They
Because
supposed
this
to at
kid,
that age. They supposed to do that.
yeah, they gotta feed him. You gotta feed him. How else is he going to grow? But the most important thing is that he got to get those rounds underneath his feet. You know what I mean? He got to go into deep water so he can be acclimated into that environment of going into deep waters. You know, I want to see him get some more rounds under his feet. You know what I mean? And then the next step is to match him up perfectly with somebody that's going to be sort of a risk for him. So he's going to have to learn how to take chances, but he's definitely going to have to. He's going to have to work on his power.
I
Yeah,
think
You
he
know.
takes
Richardson.
more chances than Shakur. Watching him fight, I think he take more chances than Shakur do.
Yeah, he does. He does, and he takes a whole lot more chances. He don't circle. He doesn't back up to get out of range. He back
Right,
up enough for where so he can stay within range,
right.
and that's the good thing. The main thing is he got to keep working on that footwork so that he can circle the spray around to which side he want him to go to and set those traps. And he got to keep moving that. He got to keep the head on the swivel. You know what I mean? So you don't take any unnecessary damage.
What you was about to say for nine?
Oh no, I was good. I was just chopping it up with Josh, just listening to you, man. I was checking on Greg, man. He went on silent.
Yeah, my bad. No, because my mom been in the hospital. She about to get out today. I'm just trying to make sure everything cool.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
all
Meg.
right,
I'm glad
all
she's
right.
getting out. I hope everything's good.
Yes,
Yeah,
prayers,
appreciate that.
prayers, definitely prayers.
Appreciate
You
that.
know,
But I heard
but
Yeah, so
about Richardson Hitchens.
yeah, that just give me your see. They asked Anton want to know what you thought about that card this
Oh, the
weekend.
card.
The
I mean, the
Richardson
card.
Hitchens and the Andy Cruz.
The card was like really just a showcase. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had opponents they were supposed to beat. Everybody beat the opponents they were supposed to beat. You know what I mean? And Richardson Hitchens, he developed something that he knew he had, but he was always afraid to use it, which I feel like was his aggression. He was able to get a little more aggressive this fight and get the stoppage. That's what I think he should have been tapped into, but things take time. So now he see with that next level, like stepping on the gas, and
mhm,
hopefully he could turn it into something. You know what I mean?
mhm.
That was a great point. His aggression. That's what I was looking for in this fight because you always see I got that dog in me. I'm just as good as the top guys that y'all always talk about, but we've been waiting to see it. I always looked at Hitchens as he has a great jab. We all know that, but he never was able to put it together with like following up. He throw that left jab and follow it up with a stinging hard right hand. But that night, he literally showed the level of where as though that George Kambosos didn't belong in the ring with him. And I think that's what some of
True.
these young guys should start doing when they put you in the ring with somebody that you're supposed to beat. You supposed to go in there and show these guys it's levels to this. But a lot of them fall victim to, maybe trying to please the crowd, get sloppy because he hurt Kambosos in the sixth round with a body shot. Kambosos was wincing. I thought he was going to go down, but he managed to stay on his feet. Seventh round, Hitchens came out and stepped on the gas. That's what the OG was talking about when he was fighting on the inside. He got sloppy. He dropped his hands and was just walking towards Kambosos with his guard down, and he was catching shots. Eighth round, he came out, got back on his stick, worked his jab, and the body slowly but surely opened up. He hit him with that left hand. It was over.
True that.
So I seen everything that I wanted to, that I thought he could possibly. He's a big 140, man. He has broad shoulders. He has a solid frame. He rehydrated very
Mhm.
well. He didn't move out of distance. He was in that wide stance all night, whereas though that he was in range, but he was in range for him to get off his offense, and Cambosis really couldn't get his offense off. So man, that was an A+ performance to me. That was a
Yeah,
dominant performance. Like, he's
he
a
was
free
Can
able
I
to
agent
keep
now.
him.
Like to see what he's gonna do.
can I
He
say
kept him
something?
in striking distance.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Only thing I don't like about these new fighters, Mayweather used to say, "Easy work, easy work, easy work." So now these guys is looking for the easy fights, and
Mm,
what happened was, it created a vibe where the guys, they want to go in there and steal a check, and they forget they got to fight. These guys are in
Yeah.
super shape. They in
Yup,
super shape. They in super shape. They big for the weight class, but they partially using their gifts. They partially using everything they did in the gym. I think it's a certain level of intensity that's missing from this game, and I think that's why we're not getting the fights. I think if they start to put more pressure on these guys, then we see better fights, because the better athletes are not fighting the better athletes. They're fighting good fighters. They're not fighting the better athletes. And I think
mm.
that's what we need to see. Richardson
that's
Hitchens
right.
question, he's only questioning himself because he's comparing himself to certain shit. One thing about a fighter, man, you in there by yourself. It's a team effort, yeah, but you in there by yourself. So you got to separate yourself and show us why we supposed to buy your pay-per-view, or why we supposed to buy tickets to your fights. These guys, they've been getting away with murder, and I think that day is coming to an end. And all of these fights, at the end of the day, that we talking about, they great fights, and we need them to happen. You know what I mean? And these guys got to stop being, I don't want to talk like this, but I got to talk like this because this is how I talk. They got to stop being pussies, and they got to fight.
True.
You know what I mean? Go in there and really fight, man. Let me see what you really got. You know what I'm saying? And we not seeing enough of that.
They gotta
When
take
year
those
did
chances
Showtime
and
get
gotta
out of
be
boxing?
aggressive.
My fault. Go ahead.
No, I was saying they gotta be aggressive and go ahead and take chances. You know what I mean? They gotta go in there and just go ahead and go at it. They One thing is a difference between this younger generation and going back to the Tito Trinidad's and that great era of boxing, Sweet Pea, and all of those guys. Oh, and the Zuma Nelson. Zuma
Mm.
Nelson was a beast until he ran into Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea just, oh man. I was doing some homework because Fanon and I had talked about doing film study this Saturday morning on Sweet Pea. You know what I mean? And I think you was able to pull up that Oscar Pernell Whitaker fight, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna look at? Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm gonna figure it out before then. We got a couple days, but yeah.
yeah, plus there is some pages on YouTube, but I don't think some of those fights I don't know. I don't know. You know, check your work your sources because if Top Rank still own the rights to a lot of the HBO broadcasts, we should be able to have a whole lot of those fights. We should be
No, I
able
mean
to have
literally I just
access
get
to
it.
them.
I get the footage. I get the footage straight from Top Rank. So I only
Yeah,
go to YouTube. I get it straight from I just get it straight from them and straight from
yeah,
PBC. So
So
yeah,
would you
it's
have
not
to
yeah.
request
They should
you
have
would
it.
have to request the whole video or something like that?
no, literally I can just pull the shit up and get it like that.
Oh, they have like
Like for
Yeah,
real,
archive.
like no joke, bro. If you ask me right now, if you want me to give you I can give you anything you want, like within the next 60, I mean, maybe 6 minutes. It'll take me to get pretty much anything that they there's just a lot of footage.
Oh, so they have
So
like a
Tim.
cloud, like an archive of
Yeah,
all the content. Okay, I understand.
yeah, just
but
got
try
yeah.
to.
It's not
We got to
YouTube
get
though.
that Zuma Nelson fight. That Zuma Nelson fight, and his second fight with Ramirez when he after he got robbed against him. The second fight against Ramirez, he really destroyed that man in that second fight. He left no doubt that he was the superior boxer in that ring. Also watched watch Sweet Pea versus McGirt, Buddy McGirt.
That was a
Um,
great fight.
oh yes,
That was a hell
especially
of
the
a fight.
second. Oh yes, especially that second fight. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sweet Pea was on his game. He took a little bit too much damage. I understand and that's one thing. If we go here and we look at Bud, that's one thing that Bud need to understand. You're going up in weight. You're going to be a little bit more slower,
We
and we
seen it with
already seen
Charlo.
that. Yeah, we already seen how slower he's gotten in his last two fights. You know, and unlike those boxers he was facing, that he was just taking unnecessary damage against, Canelo can pop. He's that heavier man in that weight class, and he does have he has some power, as well as the fact that he's going to beat his hands, he's going to beat his arms, he's going to beat
Azuma
that
Nelson,
elbow.
just so you know, Azuma Nelson was a Don King fighter. So I don't have Azuma Nelson
Hmm.
stuff. That's it. He was
Oh,
a Don King fighter.
oh,
Yeah, Azuma
okay,
Nelson.
okay,
And
okay,
to add
okay.
on what you're saying, Canelo got arguably the best chin in boxing. I don't even
Hmm.
think it's an argument. I think he got the best chin in boxing. Like,
Yeah.
never even remember seeing Canelo like eased or hurt, like his legs not under. Like, I don't remember
Yeah,
a
I
fight
have.
where he. I mean,
I
that's
saw
why I
Well,
his
say
shit.
I
one,
don't remember.
I saw
I
his
might
shit
not.
get swiveled. He got
well,
swiveled by
Triple G, Triple
not by
G.
Triple G. I mean, he got hit by Triple G. He got hurt
Yeah,
by Kovalev, bro. Kovalev had his ass on fucking on Bambi legs for a second.
yeah.
And then
Kovalev was a
Okay.
heavy harder. He is a heavy hitter.
yeah,
Yeah, he
Kovalev's the one
moved
that I
up
saw
from
hurt.
160 to fight him too, though. 160 to 175. So
Or nah, he was
yeah,
168 at the time. He went from 168 to he was already at 168. But Kovalev definitely hurt him.
Hmm. But the
He got hurt.
blueprint to beat Canelo was
Kovalev hurt
Evo fight.
Kovalev hurt Canelo. Kovalev hurt Canelo right
He
before he
got
Hmm.
got knocked out.
he got hurt early in his career too by Miguel Cotto's big brother.
Oh, that's
mm,
right. What's Miguel
mm.
Cotto's big brother name?
Oh, that's a fight I didn't. I don't think I saw that fight.
Yeah,
That's a fight I
that's like
don't
when
think
he
I
first hit
saw.
it. That's like when he first hit America. He came over here. That probably was like his second or first or second fight over here.
Mm,
He got wobbled by him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've definitely seen him hurt.
What's the guy name up there in the top right corner? I don't want to keep calling
Um.
him
David
OG.
Lynch.
Oh, David.
Yeah,
David.
What's going on?
Mr. David, Mr. David. When you brung up Buddy McGirt, I was saying that was a good fight with Sweet Pea. He's training Frank Martin now.
Oh, where?
Who is?
Buddy
Buddy
McGirt training
McGirt?
Frank Martin now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I heard that.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
talking about a different perspective. Oh. I believe he can learn. He can learn a lot from Buddy. He can
Yeah,
learn a
they
lot from
say
Buddy.
they got like similar type body frames and everything like that. I think he
Yeah,
can learn a lot from him.
he can
That
learn a
short and
lot, especially
stockiness,
from
yeah.
that inside game, that phone booth
Mm.
game. He can learn a lot from that, and he can learn how to go into a shell a whole lot more better from Buddy.
Yeah.
He can learn a whole lot from Buddy. Now I want to see his progression since leaving Derek James and that whole style that Derek James has. I think what the problem was with Derek James, um, Frank Martin was picking up the same style that Earl was using. Whereas though he go ahead, he'll move you a little bit to the left, move you a little bit to the right, coming at you with different angles that go ahead and open up a box when he go ahead and he set his traps. So going with Buddy, he's going to learn a more aggressive inside style of boxing. So I believe that, and he's also going to learn. He's going to learn the importance of body work.
Yeah, because
He's not going to
he
be a
don't really
head hunter.
invest in the body or not. I was just about to say
Exactly.
that. That's the only
He
thing he
can't be
didn't pick up
balanced.
that Earl was doing was the body work.
Exactly. I don't think that you can't be a more balanced boxer if you don't pick up how to be balanced with it at different levels. You gotta be able to go upstairs, downstairs, downstairs, upstairs, work off the jab, move to the left, move to the right, go at those angles. You know? So he's definitely gonna learn something from he's definitely gonna improve under Buddy McGirt. but he's gonna need a sacrificial lamb so he can get out there and he can go ahead and he can get that bleeding in, like when you do a pit bull. You know what I mean? Like I've seen cats train pit bulls. I know this is like against the law or whatever, but I've seen cats train pits with
Yeah, this nigga is gonna
feeding
get
them
me in trouble.
rats. Hey, I'm trying to use the perfect analogy, and that's the
Oh,
perfect
okay.
analogy. You know what I mean? You
Don't
know,
be involving me in your criminality now.
that's
What's
let's
the
just
name of
say
that? What's the name of that?
past
What's the name of
criminality.
the what's the name of the group of the people that threw Michael, they got Michael Vick thrown in jail?
Peter.
Peter, yeah, Peter.
Peter.
Don't have Peter calling me.
Man, no, that was his dumb. Excuse me, that was his dumbass cousin. You know, riding around in the trunk, knowing you the dirtiest guy on the game with 500 pounds. Come on, man.
What you talking about?
He couldn't stay away from the strip club, and he gets snatched up on that marijuana charge, and then he just starts snitching, and he snitched on his
Oh,
cousin. Oh, come on, he snitched on Mike Vick. Oh, come on, man. And then his father get out there with gasoline and throw it on the fire. Oh, that's Mike's thing. Mike, you know, that's Mike's thing. Back down the way, yeah, that's Mike's thing in Norfolk, fighting them thugs. I'm like, come on, man. You're talking about your own family being your worst enemy. Cost that man over $100 and something million and years of his life in jail that he could have spent on the field. Let's go ahead back up and getting back into boxing. You know what I mean? But you know, that's the analogy I wanted to use. You know what I mean? It's just like feeding them. You gotta feed them. You know what I mean? You
yes,
gotta
sir.
get
Hey,
the
y'all, I gotta
perfect
run up
match
out
to
of here
feed
though,
them.
man. I gotta run up out of here, man. Just so you know.
Oh yeah,
All
I
right,
gotta
cuz,
go
let me
pick
go
my
back it
son
up.
up from work. You know, so I'll talk with you brothers again later.
All right,
It was
brother,
a
for sure.
blessing to chop it up with y'all. All right,
All right,
Yeah,
Greg.
man.
you as well.
All right,
All
get
right,
back, man.
then the other brother too. You
Y'all
too.
be safe, man. Have a good day.
All
All
right,
right.
peace. All right,
God
man. Oops, sorry about that. All right, David. All right, Greg, I get back with you, man. You have a wonderful day, bro.
All right, you too, cuz.
All right, man, for sure. Cousin, he looks like my family in Philadelphia, just so you know. Let me help you. Yeah. Kick. Yeah, here you go. Man, he looks, man, the crazy thing is Greg Hackett looks more like my father than I do. He looked like that. He looked like a Blackwell from Philadelphia for sure. But look, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank for y'all, the people that supported. And Greg will come up, but Greg wants money for analyzing boxing matches, and I can't. I don't know how much money I got to pay for that. CompuBox had Wilder rated top 3 for jabs accordingly. Yes, sir. Thank you to everybody that supported. But with that, I'm out. Deuces.